Welcome, Xenofam, to another episode of XenoChat. This is our post-Katsucon special. I'm your host, Tyler, along with my co-host, Justin.
How's it going, everybody? And welcome back to another lovely episode.
All right, we got a bunch of people here that were with us for our Katsucon shenanigans. First up, we have Robin.
Hi, that's me.
And we have David.
Hey, guys.
Nick.
Welcome, Kirschwassers.
Okay, this
oh,
cop is botched too now.
Alright, we also have Mary.
Hello.
Kat. Oh, and Erin.
Hello.
Sorry.
Alright, and joining us, well, I guess this isn't like the first official time, but we have Tara.
Hello, everybody.
Alright.
It is great
All
to
right,
be here.
thanks for...
Oh,
yeah, thank you for coming.
Dad's
not.
in the house.
because the episode that's gonna come out, like maybe before this, probably before this.
So
Yeah.
we just went to Katsucon. That was not this
ago.
weekend, a week ago. And what's kind of special about that Katsucon was that was the first time we all got to really hang out in person. So like all these people that that's so just something to break it to you. We don't live next to each other. We're not all in the same room.
Gasp.
We all actually live very far away from each other. So Katsucon was the
I
first
live
time.
pretty close to Tara.
You live close to Tara.
True.
You're somewhat close to me, but
Yeah.
we're all
I'm actually right
pretty spread
behind
out.
you right now.
Oh,
I'm
you're
actually
really-
in your house.
Oh my god!
Don't
But yeah,
look
so
behind
this
you.
was the first time that we got to all meet each other, and that was actually pretty cool. I'm sure a lot of us didn't really know what to expect. I'm sure you guys didn't really know what I look like. You're probably just like, who the hell is this guy? What's he like? What's his deal?
That was what
I
I
know.
wondered after I met you like a few weeks before in Chicago.
That's true. We did go to the Nier concert, which was awesome, by the way.
It was amazing.
Yeah, I met you at Anime NYC, and before that,
You met me
when
before
you
that,
came
yeah.
to Montreal to visit me. So
Yeah, I met Justin and Maria at Anime NYC.
yeah,
Everyone else was new.
But it was the first time I met Tyler in person. Yeah, go figure. I've never even met my own co-host.
Yeah, I was a little surprised by that, honestly.
For some reason, I thought you guys like lived
Internet.
near each other or
I met
something.
Mary like 4 years ago here. So, but besides that, yeah.
Yeah, this is the first time I met any of you guys, and I've known Kat and Erin for like over a
Yo,
decade.
it was great to see you.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was a magical experience.
It was cool that you all have flesh bodies.
It was
like
amazing.
or do we?
I'd like to trade
Oh.
mine in,
All
but
of you, you all seem fleshy.
Amazing to learn how the robotic mechanics of Robin worked.
So I guess before we get into Katsucon, because we got a lot to say about that, let's just briefly talk about any kind of Xeno news. I honestly can't think of too much that's happened since our last episode. I do know that Winter Wonderfest, I think that's what it's called. It's that one event where Good Smile announces like a bunch of toys for you to pre-order and spend your hard-earned cash on. So they announced that they're going to do reprints of the Pyra and Mithra statues or figures, whatever you want to call them.
Statues.
Those two things that came out that were like really expensive, they looked really nice, but like they were always just like I think $200 a pop or something like that, something insane. And then like now they go for even more money. So yeah, they're actually gonna get reprinted. So like if you missed it the first time, you don't have to pay $400 to $600 for it now. You can just wait for those to go up for pre-order, and then you now have a second shot at getting those, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it was like I think they were part of like their wonderful, happy, smiley Link, Hobby Link Japan something or other. I don't know. They have
I
a
think the
weird
event
name
was
for their
called
statues.
Yeah, I forget the name of the statues themselves, but I just know that it was by Good Smile. I think they're the ones.
Yeah,
who
it's
Yeah,
by
like
Good
they're the
Smile.
overall distributor of
But
them.
also, Cosmos also still has pre-orders available if some people do want to go into that too.
Yeah, she's been up for pre-order for a while, but it's surprising that they still have pre-orders available.
Yeah, I'm pretty
That is
surprised by that
such a
too. When does that
gorgeous
come out,
figure.
by the way?
It is.
May? Okay, cool.
May.
It's
So be on the
almost
lookout for
Xeno-
that.
Almost like Xeno fans don't have money. Jeez, what's going on?
I mean, we should have plenty of money. It's not like they're giving us much to spend it on.
I was just about to say
That is
there's
very
so
true.
much stuff that like
Yes,
we keep saying this. This is we're beating a dead horse at this point. Like, how many episodes have we had where we've literally said they need to bring more Xeno merch?
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
Oh,
Jesus.
I guess we need a merch episode where we describe our
We have a merch episode
most
in
desired
the
Xeno merch.
plans.
The merch that does
The
not
shortest
exist and
episode
should.
ever.
Yeah, well, the merch episode actually would be long if we do manage to bring in the collector guy from Mira, because
Oh,
I tried asking the person, but the thing is, they were in the middle of like moving and stuff, and they have like a museum of Xeno merch. So
Oh, dang.
There's also the fact that
Nice.
they're going to be like 7 hours ahead of us because they're Swedish. But
yeah,
That makes it even more impressive, really.
Really, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, did that
Okay.
person used
Well-
to post on Xeno Underground? Because I vaguely remember someone from Sweden having a big Xeno collection.
Yeah.
Very
Or
likely.
maybe someone else.
Oh, is that the person that would like
Mhm.
like sell
yeah,
stuff or?
yeah, it's
Yeah. Mhm.
it's that person.
Oh, okay,
I
yeah.
almost bought an
I'll
$80
probably try
Bart
to reach
keychain.
out to that person again soon. Like, now that it seems like they moved, but like they're still settling in, but I feel like they're already moved at this point. But we'll see.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. I know what that's like.
Yeah, except
Oh yeah, you're still in that.
Yeah,
in
we're
their
still
case,
moving
it's
in.
also that they have a museum of merchandise to move as well as normal stuff. So
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
it's like wrapping everything
Okay.
carefully. I can imagine how hard that must be.
Yeah, we have like one shelf
Oh,
of
yeah.
anime figures that we had to move, and it took a while. So I can only.
When I
begin to
moved
imagine.
over, just my figurines alone, I had like 10 boxes. Giant
Yeah.
box of figurines.
Sounds about right.
I always dread.
Yeah, that's the first thing I did when I was over at your house, Erin. I just looked at your figures.
Same.
Oh yeah.
I always
Yeah, a lot of
dread
those are
moving
Jeremy's, but
because I
Okay.
have so many Transformers, and I'm like, you have to transform them all into car mode, but then you don't want to display them in car mode because that's kind of boring. But like, they're more secure in car mode, so I'm like, part of my moving is always that I have to transform everything, and then part of my settling in is I have to transform it back.
I mean, if you just
That's
keep them in
adorable.
car mode, you're just
If I keep them in
advertising.
car mode, my display looks like poo-poo.
Yeah. You're just advertising for GMC. Oh, wait.
I mean, I do have the Ford GT Rodimus that is just literally a advertisement for Ford.
Grace, was there any other Xeno news? I don't think so.
I can't think of anything.
No. Well, before we get into the Katsu, since this is Tara's like first official episode, Tara, would you like to? We have a tradition where new guests kind of like go into depth about how they got into the Xeno series. Would you like to share that with us if you want?
Sure. God, I'm trying to remember. It was so long ago. I think I had just randomly seen like Xenosaga episode 1 in a store somewhere, and I was just like, that cover looks cool. So I ended up buying it, but I didn't play it for a couple of years. And then when I finally got around to it, I just instantly fell in love with it. And that was probably around the time episode 3 had come out. So I ran out and bought episodes 2 and 3. And then from there, I was just into it forever.
Nice.
Nice. Did you also play like Xenogears or
Didn't
Xenoblade
you
as well, or
also-
just Xenosaga?
I have played Gears. I haven't played Blade yet, which I need to get on eventually. I have a big backlog of video games because having time is hard.
Fair.
Yeah, I understand
there
that
is.
feeling.
Yes.
I have such a huge backlog of video games.
So
Same.
Tara,
It's embarrassing.
And I keep buying more.
to
Yep.
Oh, and I will.
We are very productive people, so, sometimes video games fall to the wayside.
were
Yeah.
you the person who ran your TV.nu at some point?
Yes, that was me. I ran that briefly. I would like to make another domain. The only reason why that one didn't last was mostly because the .nu websites are really expensive, and you can get other domain names for so much cheaper.
I remember being a kid in the 90s wanting a .nu domain and like not having the money for it, and now it's even more expensive. So I'm like, Drat!
Yeah.
Blast!
Oh, could you? What I vaguely remember that. Could you describe what the URTV.nu was?
It was just kind of a little hub site for my own things. I have what I had on that website on my main domain now, which is izak.nu, but back in the day I had a bunch of sprites from the DS game ripped onto there.
I remember that.
That was
yeah.
you.
Yeah, they're all still
that's
there.
awesome.
There are better websites now that have everything ripped, but back then I was doing a lot of it manually myself, so I had uploaded it
Oh,
there.
Now we just need all the
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Oh god, I want the models so bad. I want to I want to 3D print them.
Yes, make the merch that we want.
Seriously,
then
I'm
you can,
desperate at this point. I'll freaking do it, I swear to god.
If you make the 3D models, then you can cut into them and make joints, and now they're action figures.
Yeah.
Yeah, once I get good at 3D modeling, it's all over for
It's all over for your wallets. You guys watch out,
Yeah.
bitches.
Xeno merch just exists now.
Yep. That's how it's gonna be.
We have to make it ourselves.
Visit
Yes.
Erin's Etsy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do I have an? I have an Etsy, but I just buy things on there.
You can plug
I
that at the
officially
end
have
of
a
the show.
store. Yeah, yeah. I don't really have any listings on it yet because apparently it costs money.
Something,
trying to get a-
something for the end of the show, kid. Plug it. Plug it.
Okay. All right. So I guess we could start discussing our con experience.
Yeah, absolutely. So was this anyone's first con?
It was mine.
Okay, so
Nice.
David.
You know what,
Yay.
David, you start.
Oh no.
You didn't die.
The pressure is on.
No pressure.
The pressure was actually really on. No, I'm not a public speaker, but it was actually kind of scary. The first day I was like, oh my gosh, there's so many people, and everyone was in costume. I'm pretty sure I followed Robin's Robot Academy jacket for the majority of the trip. I was just that's something I can see and read, and it's big, and I can it's something I can follow for the group. And
try to look over to your friends. It's no, they're in costume too.
well, to be fair, there I get that you were albedo, but there was a whole bunch of white wigs out there.
Yeah, those white-haired anime boys.
Love them.
There's a lot of them.
And I'm not that tall of a person, but I feel people at that con were just ultra tall. Maybe it was parts of their costumes.
Mhm.
Sometimes.
So yeah, there are people that are shorter and taller than me, but it's just I was definitely navigating through the crowds was kind of rough.
I'll say one thing.
Yeah.
A little
Yeah.
bit
I'll
was.
say
about
though,
cons.
for
It's all downhill
Katsucon-
from here.
For Katsucon, the last Katsucon I went to, I double check actually, it was in 2015, and
Oh wow.
just back then, there was way less people. I feel there was 3 times the amount of people than the last time I went in the
Yeah, I
village
think I was
section.
last
It
at
was really
Katsucon in
crowded.
2014, and it wasn't as bad.
Yeah, back then, I could actually walk in the village. There was a good amount of people, but it was still walkable. While this year was good luck trying to walk anywhere close to the village, man.
Especially when you're
Yeah,
trying
it
to
was
follow
hard to
a group
move.
of people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I spent
Honestly,
a lot of time
I think-
stopping and looking behind me to make sure everybody was still together.
Yeah.
and just
Honestly,
getting
I think
lost.
over the last couple years, especially, conventions have just been exploding. I often talk about how there are just so many conventions out, where I live. It feels like every other month there's some event, and even the big stuff like Otakon, every year it seems like there's just more and more people going to there. MacFest, same thing. Every year there's just more and more people coming to these events. It's they happen, people go to them, people post pictures from them, they post their hauls from them, all the cosplay pics. It just it builds so much hype. And I think a lot of people
Yeah.
are jumping onto that bandwagon. And it's getting to a point where these conventions are just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Some of them are even getting more expensive because they're trying to accommodate all these people, trying to get all these new guests to show up and all these new events. It's we're getting to a point where conventions are just on the rise. they are growing at like a really, really high rate right now.
I think last year's Katsucon was insane because there was a circus at the MGM across the street, and parking was insane.
Gosh.
Like my friend, one of my IRL friends and her friend were trying to park at the convention, and they got told to park at the outlets by the MGM and walk, and they were in cosplay, and
oh no,
they pitched major fits and eventually got their husband to drive them up to the con.
So on that note,
speaking of parking, it's like a 15-hour drive for me and Nick to get there.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I was going to say also on that note, if there's ever a con that I see is going to have a circus right next to it, I'm just going to cosplay Sylvando from Dragon Quest XI.
Yes!
Pop in the con.
No one will know where you're supposed to be!
I'll be the protagonist with you.
Oh, honey, I was born to be here.
I can just flip between the two cons, darling.
Such a good character.
Every day is a party for me, darling.
I freaking love Sylvando.
So go play Dragon Quest XI. It's not a Xeno game, but hey, you're gonna like it. It's
amazing.
Nice.
Anyone who likes RPG needs to play that game. It's just like, ugh.
Especially all those people who are complaining about not having traditional RPGs in the last few years. Go play it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, seriously, it's actually a pretty good game. I'm only a couple hours into it, but I like what I saw so far.
This episode brought to you by Dragon Quest XI.
The Xeno game.
Grand sponsor.
We're not
Square Enix.
We're not sponsored by Square.
If only.
Yeah,
but yeah. I know you two had like a hell of a ride over to the East Coast, over to where National Harbor is.
We did. We're like from the South, and we discovered that every place we drove through was also still the South. We get into Maryland, and it's like, okay, this is still the South too,
like
I guess.
A shocking realization.
Another fun thing you could do if you wanted to stay in the South would be go to New York and then just keep going north.
Just go north,
because then you're back in Texas.
There are people who come here
accurate.
from upstate New York because they're like, oh, I studied in like this agriculture field, and I was like, well, that makes sense. There's a lot of farms in upstate New York.
Yeah, you go upstate New York, you're just back in Texas. It's weird.
Basically. I'm
not
even
like, I guess
there.
I think Nick, you said that this was your first time coming to the East Coast, wasn't it?
It was, yes.
Well,
Wow,
technically,
that's
if
nuts.
Canada counts, it's not his first time. But...
No, it doesn't.
That's the northeast coast.
I was in
northeast,
Quebec.
I
I was not in like Newfoundland or like Nova Scotia or something. There's no coast over there. You've not even seen the ocean from over there. But I'd see a big river or a flood, you know.
Well, we're kind of close-ish, but we're not... Like, I'd say the coast is more like Quebec City than Montreal. Montreal's a bit more, like, west.
Yeah. Go to Halifax someday or something like that. That's closer to the coast, right?
Halifax?
New
Once
Brunswick.
you guys were able to...
New Brunswick. That's where Jeremy's grandparents live.
Oh,
we
nice.
went there.
I would
in the
love
fall.
to see that place.
It's lovely. We went up to the far up in the north. It's remote, but it's really nice.
New Brunswick
Very
is
laid
the
back.
smallest territory over there, the province.
That's so weird because, like, whenever I hear New Brunswick, I think of New Brunswick, New Jersey. Shout out to anybody who's in New Brunswick, New Jersey.
I think about the beer.
like, it's so. Whenever I hear you talk about New Brunswick, I'm like, wait, you're talking about like near where I live? What?
You just stole all the names from where they live.
Yeah.
Probably.
But yeah, I mean, it was really cool. Like, I really like National Harbor. I really enjoy going to MacFest there. This is actually my first Katsucon, because usually I go to MacFest. I've been going to MacFest since 2016, and anytime I go to National Harbor, I always make sure to bring extra money for food, because like the restaurants there are on point.
There was some good food. We had some good food.
Yeah,
great.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
The food is amazing.
Lobster.
But
There was
I
a
tried.
Nando's, and I was really excited about
There's just
being
a but
Nando's.
with the food is that it's also very expensive on that island.
Oh, God, yeah.
That's why I say bring extra money for it. I told y'all, I was like, bring money for food.
I expected worse. That was surprising.
Honestly, brought
Yeah.
enough for it. It's just at the same time, being Canadian kind of still limits me, but that's why I was kind of using my credit card on food, which is like, I'm gonna pay it
That's always a
later.
good idea
Yeah.
when you're traveling internationally, unless you go to Panama where their money's the same as ours.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Justin, I think I spent more on that pizza in Chicago than I did anywhere over there. So
Yo, that pizza though, that was worth it. Like, man, they gave us the hookup when we were up in Chicago.
They did.
That, like, shout out to that pizza place we went to.
everyone,
That place
like,
was
I get we're
good.
going to touristy places a bit, but like every one of these places that I've gone to this year has just been the most hospitable places like I can think of. Just everybody is so nice, and they just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, remember how they
Mhm.
we were trying to pick some drinks and like they had a whole bunch of stuff on tap, and then the waitress was just like, "Oh, you know what? I'll just bring out some cups. You could just sample all of them."
Yep.
We're just like, okay.
Aw.
and I'm just like, give me
Lovely.
all your local shit. I want it all.
Yeah, that sounds like me.
Oh man, that was a great trip. That should be another podcast. Let's talk about Chicago. That was a good trip.
we could do that.
But no, we're talking about National Harbor, and yeah, we had some really good restaurants here. I mean, we went to Public House the first night, and that was pretty good.
I missed
Yeah.
that.
And then the second night we had Cheeky Nando's, right? I think
Yeah,
so.
so
Yeah,
our
that was
cheeky
Nando's.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
were
they're
eating
chicken
it while
nose.
watching Dragon Quest movie.
Well,
Yeah.
watching the Dragon Quest movie.
You know Netflix and chill. We know Nando's and Dragon Quest.
Nando's and Dragon
Dragon Quest movie is on Netflix, right?
Yep.
Yes.
It is.
It is on
It came
Netflix.
out that
Oh.
weekend, if I'm
It
not
came out that
mistaken.
exact day, actually. I think.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And boy, what
Yeah,
a
Dragon
trip.
Quest, your story. Yeah, that was a
What a
that was
trip it
hell
was.
of a movie. It was like it was weird because it was actually pretty good. It felt like a Disney movie, and the dubbing was actually not that bad. I actually kind of liked the English voice acting.
Yeah.
But then like you get hit with that weird twist at the end, you're just kind of like, what?
Spoilers!
Exactly.
I haven't seen
Yeah,
it.
that's why we're.
So before people get all like up in
Yeah, that's
up
why
in
we're not
upset
saying any
about,
details. We're just like saying like the ending's like
No.
what?
I was gonna say
Yeah,
subs
no-
versus dubs.
no spoilers.
So we're not going to
Yeah.
spoiler
No
it,
spoilers.
but I will say that the twist at the end, I usually like twists at the ends of things, even if they're like really weird. But this was kind of like if the advertisers were patting themselves on the back kind of twist, and I'm like, fuck off.
Oh, no.
What I was gonna say was that before people got upset about subs versus dubs, we couldn't all see subtitles, so we switched to dubs.
Yeah, we are
So-
be a big group.
We were a large group, and everyone should have enjoyed it equally. So that is why we watched the
Exactly.
dub version.
We were a
Plus,
large
we had
group.
really good chicken
So
to
get
eat
over
while
dick
we're watching
about it.
I had half a chicken and some like Cajun like peas or something, and mashed potatoes that were awesome. So it was great.
That sounds good.
Oh, the mashed potatoes were so good.
I think that was like
People
the
lied to
weirdest
me and said the
thing.
Nando sauce wasn't spicy, and it was.
It was.
And I can't tolerate spice, so I was sad.
Okay, it was
Aw.
the same as the Nando sauce that we had here that we can buy from the store.
Wait,
so I
which
was
one
thinking-
did you get?
It was
I
the
got the
double
garlic
XX, and I was
I got
thinking,
you
the
should-
garlic one.
oh, wasn't
You
that
should have got
bad?
the lemon herb one because that one's not that bad at all. It's really
No, I got
nice
the lemon
and
herb
sweet.
one, but then, like, when I got the side sauce, I got, like, the garlic one, because Nick said, oh, it's not really spicy, and I'm like, I like garlic.
The garlic
And,
one wasn't spicy when I had it.
But were you me when you had it?
I don't
Were
know.
you?
You know, I kind of feel bad for Robin because we went to the hot sauce place there, and like,
Yeah.
You all got
David,
stickers.
Nick, and I are like, we're like sampling all these different hot sauces, and Bosch is kind of standing there like, I can't have any of this.
I had a marshmallow.
I got a flame crown.
Yeah, you got a crown, everyone got stickers, I got a marshmallow.
I probably would have
Yeah, 'cause
gotten
we
a
all-
crown, but I was too busy going around the convention.
Yeah, because we were all trying the
Me.
hottest sauce. I think they call it the end.
Yeah,
It's like
something
two
that.
super hot sauces. I know
you
one
have
of them
to
was
sign
the
a
end.
waiver for it.
By the way,
Sounds good.
my brother
Jesus.
was really excited whenever he found out that I tried that sauce because he's been to a Pepper Palace as well. I forget where he said it was. I think it was in Tennessee, but yeah, he was super excited to hear that I tried it. He was like, "Oh, awesome!" And I also brought him home some hot sauce, so that was great.
Yeah,
Nice.
that place is awesome. I love going there whenever I'm in National Harbor. Same for the ice cream place right
No, I
next
like
to
the
it.
ice cream place. I could
That
eat
place is
there.
great.
Dude, that
The
lady,
banana
Oh.
pudding ice cream was on point.
that lady in the Pepper Palace, she could tell some like mad good stories. So
Yeah, she was talking up a storm. Shout out to her.
yeah, if you ever go to National Harbor in Maryland, go hit up that Pepper Palace and like give her a listen. She's got some really fun stories to tell.
Yeah, she's a lot of fun. I liked her a lot. A lot of people down there are just like super nice, which
I love
is kind of
people
why
like
I
that.
love walking over there. What else did we have down there? We had that Thai place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next night.
Yeah.
That place was really
Yeah, that
good.
place is quite good.
It was.
I had-
Surprisingly
That
good.
was-
I got curry and I brought it up to the hotel room and I like made a mistake because it was like super messy, but it was
I was
worth
like-
it.
That was like a
But
really
you were the
soupy
one who
curry.
made a mess in the hotel room.
Yeah, Thai curry is kind of like that. It's not as thick as other types
Oh,
of curry, but it's so good.
But it was delicious.
It was
Yeah,
like bringing
That
a
place
soup
was delicious.
onto
I
a
had like
carpet
2
floor.
meals.
Yeah, that place was really good. I remember I got some dumplings from there, and those are really good too.
Mm.
I got
Oh
the
man,
pad
those
thai
were.
and I got the calamari for everyone to share, and the calamari was quite good.
The calamari was actually really solid.
Yeah.
Hey, actually, Justin, I don't know if I got to try the calamari, but since we tried that one calamari over in Chicago, can that be like topped? Because you put fried lemon in
That's
there,
true.
and that's like some shit I had
that
never
was
heard
crazy. I never would have thought like to do that.
of. That was incredible. Makes
That
me
was
want to
so
fry
good.
a lime.
Yeah, they literally took like slice of lemon and just dumped that into the fryer, and they served it to us on a plate, and that was so freaking
It
good.
was like that artichoke hearts and the calamari itself, and I was like, damn.
And then what about the mozzarella triangles?
Those were really damn good They were very solid mozzarella triangles. I mean, I know
Remember the pull I had with that when I took a bite and I just like pull it? It just went.
the cheese elasticity. The cheese elasticity was like off the charts.
Oh my goodness, that was so good.
You could take a panorama shot of Justin eating that, and it would be like, where'd the end of the mozzarella stick go? And Justin, how long is your arm? Holy shit!
Oh, can we talk about the Chinese restaurant that we got to go to?
Oh, yeah,
yes,
that
Grace
place.
is
that
Mandarin.
place.
But I did almost get locked in the bathroom.
Uh-oh.
Super bougie.
It had a dress code that they were not enforcing.
No, I was in sweatpants.
Yeah.
I will
They looked
say-
amazing.
Yeah, Grace's Mandarin is really good. Whenever I go to MagFest, that's kind of a tradition that we all go to Grace's Mandarin at some point. And it's this really good Asian restaurant. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. You go inside, you go upstairs. They have one of the nicest bathrooms I've ever seen. You'll feel bad for using them. You walk in, you're like, man, I'm gonna ruin this.
I almost broke the door, so yeah.
They have
Oh man,
like
the food there was really good too. The teas were incredible. David, you got that insane tea from there.
Yeah, the oolong tea.
Yeah, we
The
got
oolong tea was so good. But yeah, that place was really, really, really awesome. We had a nice table, nice party there.
Yeah.
That was a really, really good place.
I felt way
I
too
also
fancy
loved
in
how-
that place.
I also loved how they would give us like hot like rag
Towel?
towels
Yeah.
things.
Yes, the towelettes.
That was kind of like, what? A restaurant's doing that?
Oh yeah, there's a fancy sushi
no,
place down.
That's not
Yeah, I think
super
the sushi
uncommon in
places
fancy
that
places.
do that. Yeah.
I guess I just haven't been to many fancy places, but it's like, oh yeah, I've seen this on TV.
That was something that a lot of you were saying. Like, I remember, like, when I took you there, and then we're all sitting down, you're all just like, man, this is too fancy for me. I'm like, what?
It was too fancy
Yeah.
for me because I was wearing sweatpants.
Yeah, this was just fine. I was like, this is
I
normal.
think I was wearing my
That happens
That
when
was
I'm a
t-shirt.
fancy.
It was like
I felt very important there. I looked behind me and I could see the entire bay, and I got a moist towelette, and I'm like, of course I've been here before. Thank you.
and these weren't your normal.
Yes, I've
disposable-
definitely been offered a moist towelette before
And I
eating.
went to the
It's a hot
bathroom
towel.
and looked at the mural in the sink, and I was like, yes, of course I've seen this before.
Yeah.
Then Bot went to the bathroom, and he says he almost got stuck in there, but honestly, I think he
Yeah.
would have been happy being stuck in there because
No,
that was the
it
best
was,
looking
I
bathroom.
thought I was going to have to break the door.
On the other hand, I was in there to save Bot in case he had to break down the door.
I thought I was going to need that because, like, the
Aw.
hinge was broken, so when I shut the door, I shut it. I didn't realize this, but the door extended the wrong way, and then when I went to open it, I was like, "Oh fuck!"
I assure you, there was nothing wrong in that bathroom. That it must have been your imagination that the door was broken.
I'm pretty sure. I know what a hinge looks like.
That was the best bathroom I've been in. How dare you, insult its name?
I regret not going to that bathroom.
Oh no!
Why
There were little tiny chairs leading up to the
I
bathroom.
I
know.
got pictures of the inside of the ladies' room.
I
You
took
did?
multiple-
Also,
I think I took more pictures of the inside of the men's room than I did the rest of the restaurant, to be honest.
Same.
Did you take pictures of the TV above their urinals?
Yes.
They have a TV.
They had a TV?
Wait, are these on the?
Yeah, there's two of them.
Are these on the drive? I didn't see them.
No, they
I don't
were
think
on they were above the urinals in the Chinese restaurant.
No. I mean, the Google Drive that we put all the pictures on. Are these on there?
Oh
Yes.
no, I didn't put mine there.
They're in mine.
I will check this out later.
When you said the drive was on the,
For
you mean on the
research.
drive home, no.
No.
Stop at a
Google
shitty gas
Drive.
station and pee.
Google.
But yeah, that place, Grace's Mandarin, check them out. They're really, really awesome.
But also check your
And then we
pocketbook
went to-
before you go, because that was expensive. It's the most expensive
Yeah.
lunch
Yeah,
I've ever
it
gotten
is.
myself.
Yeah, but you also got a lot
Yeah,
of
I did.
food.
I paid more
You got
than
more than
Yeah.
all of us. I remember that.
It was worth
And
it.
that was really good. And then
I
there's
got
that
to-
other place,
I got to
Potomac
have the
Market.
leftovers. Oh, that place
Oh,
was
yeah, we
so
went there.
good. They had the best noodles. I had those
Yes.
twice.
That
They
dude
were
Yeah,
over there
good.
was so nice.
Yeah, he
Their
was.
pancakes too. They
Yes.
were
It was
amazing.
The
really
pancakes were
pancakes were very
surprisingly good.
And I brought maple syrup from Canada to have a pancake party.
That was a nice pancake party.
Yeah,
It's very nice.
And I think
Really
Canada's reaction to maple syrup was the most priceless one.
Yeah. It was just so good.
I know. Now
Yeah.
you're tainted. You can never go back.
Go back to breakfast
I have
sauce.
tasted the pancakes.
You have tasted the maple syrup, the sacred nectar of Canada.
Yeah,
I still have a can from when I went to go visit you.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't opened it yet because I'm saving it. But yeah, that maple syrup goes well on anything. Hell, I'll even put it in oatmeal. That's how
Oh,
good
I
yeah.
that
put it
stuff
in my
is.
matcha frap and my coffee.
Oh,
I usually
Coffee?
substitute it for sugar nowadays. A lot of places.
It's a good sugar substitute. It's really freaking good.
Yeah.
I want to bake some more with it. I remember I made the pudding chameur when I came back
Yeah,
from Montreal, and that was
pudding
really
chamar
good.
is really good.
Oh my freaking god.
I know you
Pudding
said
chameur
pudding,
is the way to go.
but it sounded like you said the booty chameur.
Yeah.
The pudding chameur.
Yeah.
That's gonna be my next
Yeah,
cake.
it's
The pudding chameur.
pudding chamar.
Yes.
There you go. But,
Which I also made for my dad, and he loved it.
But yeah, pudding chamar is actually a Quebec dessert. So if you guys ever come to Montreal or Quebec in general, you should definitely try some pudding chamar.
It's basically bread pudding, except for a little more juicy. If I were to put it,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically imbued with maple syrup, and
Yeah.
they usually serve it hot with some ice cream. So there you go.
Yeah, it's like you're
Sounds
basically making like a cake, and then you're drenching it in maple syrup, so then when it goes into the oven, it actually bakes through the syrup and it kind of rises over it, so you get this nice layer of it inside the cake. So when you cut into it, it's just oh, that sweet mapley goodness oozing out. It's awesome.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, it's a really cool thing to try making. If those of our Xeno fam who bake, try that out. Pudding chameur, look it up. Yeah, so that was really cool. And I guess the last place we went to go eat when we were down there was Succotash. And that place
yeah.
was on point.
Succotash was really good.
God.
I've
Oh,
never
mac
tried
and cheese.
Succotash, and I've always heard that Succotash is really good because every time I've been to MacFest, Succotash has always been busy or full, and my friends aren't available. I've always wanted to go there, and then I finally got to go, and it was so freaking good. I got what did I get? I got the hangover. That was pulled pork, a biscuit, eggs, and potato salad, and the potato salad was incredible there. I don't know why it tasted so good.
It was kind of like the perfect mixture of like the butter in the potato to where it was just soft enough to, and it was also like red potatoes, so you know you're getting like that really good stuff.
Oh, it was so freaking good. I loved what I had over there.
I was on the East Coast for the first time, so I of course had to try the lobster Benedict, and I was not disappointed. The lobster was like totally on point.
That looked really good.
The only thing that I was like, good. Well, this isn't quite this was, I would say that the eggs Benedict part was more of just a soft-boiled egg, which I don't mind. Soft-boiled eggs are real nice. They're great. But the part that I was the most underwhelmed by was the hollandaise sauce, because it was so light you could barely taste it to me. However, that kind of made sense to me, because the lobster was amazing, and the biscuit itself was probably the best part of the whole package. Like, those biscuits at that succotash place are on a whole nother level. I cannot even.
Oh, those biscuits were amazing.
I don't think I got to try those, but I had this avocado toast thing that was kind of fancy. It was really good.
Well, now you can't buy a house.
You've tasted of the toast.
Womp
womp. Damn millennial.
Damn millennial.
But you know what's like really weird to me about like the restaurants in National Harbor? If you go on Yelp, they all have like terrible ratings.
Yelp is a scam.
I know. It's just like, what's up with that? Like, we'll go to these restaurants that have like 2 stars, and then meanwhile the food's really good. And we're just like, what?
Ugh, where's the McDonald's around here?
Yeah.
Or in your case, the Cookout.
Where's the Cookout?
Or in your case, the Arby's.
Should I talk about the Cookout? Hey, we're not going to go into Arby's.
Well, Arby's is good, at least in Canada. I don't know.
It's good here too.
Arby's.
It's bad.
I like Arby's.
They also
like
let
Arby's.
me reuse coupons.
But yeah, that was the food there. The food there was absolutely awesome. For the most part, I almost always have a good experience when it comes to eating at National Harbor. So I always make sure to budget for it. So those of you who are going to like Katsucon or MagFest, bring some extra food. Check out the restaurants there. You might have to like make some reservations in advance, because that could be a little bit, you know, iffy.
If you're a group of 10, make reservations.
Yes.
Make reservations
early,
yeah.
Early and often.
But like otherwise, if you can get a table at these places, you're probably going to have a good time. We didn't get to see every place there, obviously. There's other restaurants like Roja Mexicana, which I actually really like. I love going there for MagFest. We didn't get to go to that. Or Redstone's also pretty good too. And so is Walrus. But yeah, like there's a whole bunch of places. Brass Tap?
I want to go to there. They had a bunch of craft beer, and I love craft beer.
I do
wanted
too.
To go there.
I second that.
So we'll go there next year. We're going to craft.
Next year we'll plan a lot of stuff better, because there's a lot of that stuff I want to try. Even if we have a million Tex-Mex restaurants where I'm from, I would definitely love to try Roja Mexicana, especially.
Roja
I would love
Mexicana
it
is
too.
awesome.
I do like Mexican food.
I also want to say, shout out to Subway. Get some roast beef that actually tastes like something, period. Like, at least Arby's has roast beef that tastes like something. Fuck off, Subway. Shout out.
Damn.
That's a call out.
That was a call out.
Well, we are definitely not sponsored by Subway.
So thanks for not sponsored.
Burn that
Subway.
I don't want a brand that's sponsored by a Kirschwasser lover.
Eat fresher somewhere else.
Did we cover everything in food? Like,
yeah.
So
I think the only other thing
talking about
we spent like 30 minutes talking about food on our XenoChat podcast.
We have to tag this as food mention.
But I think the only other thing I did a lot is getting a lot of matcha at Starbucks, because I'm a matcha gremlin, so...
Yeah, I didn't quite understand or appreciate how much of a matcha gremlin you were. I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, once or twice you'll get matcha. And it's like every day you were on our case until we got you your matcha.
Guys, I need my fix!
Well, I mean, it's just like Starbucks, they also have coffee stuff, but like, their coffee stuff is so like, I don't know.
It's not matcha.
Yeah, I don't like their coffee.
I find
I
find their coffee drinks, especially like the cold ones, which is what I go for usually, are there's too much sugar and like I feel like they're too rich with it. So like sometimes I'll take it, but I usually am more like lean toward matcha because it's a bit more mild and like I really love matcha too. So there you go.
I might have gotten
their matcha's very good.
I might have gotten stuck up because we have a local coffee shop that likes to brew their own stuff, but it's like that's very subpar coffee.
Yeah, the
Those
coffee
blends.
at Starbucks isn't good, but the coffee like accessories are fine.
Well, we're definitely knocking out our sponsors, aren't we?
Yeah.
That's
Oh
really
yeah,
good
people
coffee.
were just
we
like
sure are.
jumping. They
We're
were like
narrowing it down.
begging, please let me sponsor. We're not even sponsored by HelloFresh, and they'll sponsor anything.
So the thing about sponsors is it helps in the believability if they actually are something that you like.
Exactly.
Try NordVPN!
So like,
share.
So I was just drinking this very nice Brooklyn lager.
Raid Shadow
Brooklyn is one of my
Legends
favorite
is
breweries,
actually a pretty
honestly.
good
I was gonna
game.
say that, but I didn't want that to be like construed as like an actual sponsorship because I hear Raid Shadow Legends everywhere.
It's got
Anyway,
amazing
yeah.
graphics, guys. Come on.
But yeah, the matchas you got actually look really good. I was half tempted to get one
Sorry, you
myself,
cut out.
but I said the matchas that you guys got
Yes.
were actually pretty
Of course,
good.
I agree,
I was
Justin.
half tempted to get one too. So Xenofam, you in National Harbor, you go to Starbucks, you get your matcha, you go to the restaurants we mentioned, you go to Succotash, go to Public House, you go to Grace's Mandarin, Potomac Market, you're gonna have a good time.
Get them noodles.
Mhm.
Get them noodles. Xenofam,
so
you heard
good.
that? Get the noodles. Get
The
the
noodles
noodles and
from
get the
Potomac Market,
pancakes.
yes.
Get noodles and pancakes.
Yes.
Get pancakes.
Or get
and
noodle
coffee.
cake.
Nudes and
Coffee.
Potomac
pancakes.
Market
Pancakes.
had a lot of things that look really good. I wish I would have gone more times, but next time.
Yeah.
I
They're
went
also
there.
not cheap.
I used to go there for like breakfast sandwiches sometimes. Like, I think,
Oh, God,
yeah,
I got
Tyler, you went with
a
us.
breakfast wrap?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was huge.
It was freaking huge. I was overwhelmed by how huge that breakfast wrap was. It was...
Yeah, honestly,
It was amazing,
the first time
though.
I went to Katsu, I did not find that place because back then, like, there wasn't so many, like, data plans you could get, like, outside of the States. So, I did
Mhm.
not have any data. I only had, like, minutes and stuff to call or text people. But because of that, I could not really Google search stuff around. Like, but this time, like, with you guys, like, showing a few places you knew or, like, other things, I was like, oh, there was actually a small grocery thing here. That's cool. It's always cool to find next to a con.
Yeah.
I just loved
Mhm.
walking
Yeah, we got our beer there.
to the Starbucks at what time of the morning was it? It was probably 8 or 9, something like that. May have been later, but it's just like you look across the street. There's a guy praising the sun of Solaire, and I'm like, yeah. This
Oh,
is the
yeah.
place.
That was on Saturday morning.
My sleep
I
schedule
was
is still messed up
sleeping
with
at that
con.
time, actually.
Oh my
Sleep
God.
does not
Yeah.
matter at Katsucon.
Yeah, but-
which is
Sleeping
all-
at
sleep at
cons?
conventions. Jesus.
Sounds
Sleeping at cons when you had to wake up
Sounds
so
fake,
early
okay.
because of your cosplay.
Sleeping at cons with cosplay is fake news.
I don't know
Okay, question-
I don't know how you guys didn't wake me up that morning, honestly.
We were careful. We tried not to wake anybody up unless like it was an important.
Okay,
thing.
here's a
You
question
told
for
us
our
you could sleep through
Xenofam
anything,
listeners.
you were right.
Xenofam listeners, do you sleep at conventions? If you get a good night's sleep at conventions, like, comment, subscribe.
Can we talk about the night that we went out after the drunken viewing party?
Whoa.
We'll get to that. We're gonna save that.
We'll get to
Yes,
that.
We'll get to that one because that was a really fun night. Yeah.
Oh my
so
god.
I guess like if we could start talking about like the actual event, like so
Oh yeah, there was something besides food there.
there was lots of things besides food at this
Should
event.
we
Really?
jump to Xeno merch?
Yeah. So, okay, obviously it's a convention. There's going to be, an artist alley and a dealer's room, right? And the dealer's room was cool. There was lots of cool stuff there, and we can talk about that in a second. But the artist alley was on point. There was
Yes.
one booth in particular at the artist alley that had a bunch of Xeno keychains. Like, they had a bunch of Xenoblade keychains, but here's the
Xenoblade 2
thing.
specifically.
Xenoblade 2 specifically. But here's the thing. It wasn't just Rex, Pyra, and Mithra. It was, like, legit the blades.
Every blade?
Like, all sorts of blades. almost every blade, not every single one.
They didn't have
There was like
There's a
3 or
couple
4 rows of keychain of just like Xenoblade 2. It was crazy.
I never made it
Yeah, they had-
into the artist alley because it was too crowded on Saturday or
Oh,
Sunday.
no.
Oh,
no.
yeah,
So
that
bad when I
day,
heard
but
that.
It was too much.
Yeah.
It was too much for my.
They had a
my
lot
little soul.
of blades. I got a Shiba
Awesome.
keychain. Like Nuff said, you know? Like, they had Shiba, they had Cassandra, they had Dagus.
I had Cassandra.
Um,
I got Cassandra.
You had Cassandra, yeah.
It was a double-sided
They had
where it has a
Telos,
mask on one
Cosmos.
side and her with just her face on the other side.
Patroka,
Yeah.
Akos.
Petroka, Akos, Mikhail was there.
Hold on.
What was
Malmos.
what was the seller's name that was selling them?
I
Ray-
am actually looking them up right now. Cause
Yeah, I have their card in the other room. I probably should have got
I'm
it.
finding
I'm
my,
looking at
my
my
tweet
cards
where I
to make
mention
sure
it.
which one's which.
Oh,
But yeah, that
yeah.
that guy
Okay,
was
here we go.
awesome.
They were by YSB Creations on Instagram.
Oh, okay. I
Nice.
was.
Ooh, shout out to
Just
you.
posted a picture so you guys see. I took a picture
Okay,
of
yeah,
all
we
them.
could post that in the YouTube version of this podcast. They had a ton of stuff. They had the poppies. They had Tora. They had Dromark. Zeke.
Cosmos,
Pandoria
Telos.
was there.
Numa.
Yeah, Azami, Morag, Brigid. It was crazy. I've never seen this
Yeah.
much Xenoblade 2 stuff.
They had a
At
Vandom.
an artist
They had
party.
Vandom?
Yeah, I bought the Vandom.
Yeah, they had
I
a
bought the
Vandom,
Vandom one.
yeah.
Yep. Oh my
Yeah, I
goodness,
bought-
this place is nuts.
Yeah, I bought Cosmos, Telos, and Nia.
Yeah, I bought the Nya from the other artist, but this artist though I bought Nama, I bought Cosmos, Pandoria, and Laura. These are the ones that I took. In fact, Laura is no longer in my picture because I took the last one.
Oh,
Yeah, that place
Yeah.
was really, really good. I was blown away by their selection because I did not expect to see the actual blades there because nobody
Yeah.
does that.
Yeah.
Everybody just does
right.
Kyra,
Yeah.
Mithra, Shulk, maybe Rex. Not even Numa gets a lot of art, but this was like the actual blades. I'm just like, oh my goodness.
I got Zeke.
Nice.
And then there was the other booth that was really cool that had like those little the little cards with their favorite food item. That was really cool. Like
Yes.
that was awesome. They had
really
a
good
Nia
by
sticker.
Kamaniki.
Yes.
Twitter.
Shout out to them. They were really cool. I bought a Nia print from them and also a Nia sticker, which is now on my Chromebook.
Kamaniki's art of
Yeah,
Nia has
I-
actually been going around lately. I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought a sticker as well, put it on my laptop, and I also got a print with Nia's favorite food.
I didn't take
Which
a
is
photo
adorable.
of the last boot, but I have my loot with the prince. And
Yeah, there's that other guy.
The other
who
guy
was,
is
he was at
Reinhardt.
Anime NYC
Reinhardt.
too.
That one is Reynard.
yes.
Who is on
Yes.
DeviantArt.
yeah,
They were there. They were also at Anime NYC. I remember. I bought the Poppy Cutie Pie from them there.
I remember crying because
But-
I could not get Cosmos because I was too broke.
Aw.
God.
But this time around, I actually bought 3 of his posters. And then I pretty much asked about the Cosmos, and it was like, I'm out of stock, but you can pre-order it here if you want. It was like, sold. So it's
Yeah,
gonna
you
come
were
to my
set on
place.
finding that booth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a Nia up for pre-order, or
Yeah, there was a... I don't remember if that was a stand or a shirt, but there was a Nia up for pre-order.
Yeah, I think it was a new shirt or something. I'm not sure.
nice.
But yeah, that
But
was
yeah,
the
the
Artist
Artist
Alley.
Alley.
It was really good.
Yeah.
A
And,
lot of people there. Very
There's
crowded, like Kat said. There was moments you go there and it's just like, how do I even navigate through this?
There
God,
was-
yeah, it's much more crowded than the dealer room. It felt like,
Yeah.
or maybe just more
It was,
congested.
it was smaller,
Yeah.
though, like there was less space between everything.
It wasn't
so-
too
And
bad,
that is
though,
something
but
I
yeah.
will say to that's something I'll say to people who are going to cons and that are for the first time or that are new to these type of events. Expect to run into big crowds, especially for the dealers and the artist alleys.
Especially
Like
on
when they just
Saturday.
open up. Yeah, when they just open up, it's gonna be a madhouse in there. So it's not a bad idea to kind of wait a little bit for things to die down and then go inside. But yeah, they can be kind of crazy. It can be kind of hard to navigate sometimes. So be
Mhm.
ready for that.
Don't shove
And-
people.
Be patient.
Yeah.
Be patient. Also shout out to Kaijusery, who they made a bunch of Smash keychains, and therefore they made a Shulk one, and the Shulk is adorable.
I was trying to figure out
Oh,
what
yeah, I saw
Kaiju
that.
was, and now that you mentioned that, okay.
Yep.
Good.
Nope. That's why I looked at my haul, and that's why I kept everyone's cards.
Yeah, that Shulk was adorable.
It is a very adorable keychain. I like that a lot.
Yes, thank you, artists, for providing the Xeno merch that we
That's
desire.
what we crave.
And if you want merch from the dealers, these are the things that I found.
Oh wait,
and
they had the scale there too?
Yeah, they
they
did.
have the
I missed that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
I mean, I already own it, but that's crazy.
I was so
Yeah,
tempted
How much
to
It
get
was
that
a bit
scowl.
expensive though.
90.
That, like
I think it was 90.
on
Yeah.
the internet is less expensive. It was
Yeah,
$90
definitely.
there. So
Yeah, I remember Mary and I were looking for particular mechs for one of our friends, and we found that one at one of the booths, and we're like, no, yeah, that's,
honestly, if it would have been a more like lower price, like the internet, I would probably have gotten it. But like
$20
$90
cheaper, I would have been
like
yeah.
like maybe I would have done the stretch to get it if it was like a bit cheaper. But like 90 is like nope.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
the
and this
dealer's
is the
room, I guess
formula.
we can talk about the dealer's room because there were some really crazy vendors there.
Yeah.
There was one booth that David and I loved that had a whole bunch of like retro art books and a ton of anime cells.
Oh yeah.
And I bought one. I bought a cell from Phantom Quest Corps, which is a really underrated OVA. It was by Madhouse, I believe. It's a really awesome, it's only 4 episodes. It's a really awesome OVA. A lot of people kind of criticize it because it's really short, but to be honest, those 4 episodes are so much fun. It's just a good time all around, and the main character is such a badass. I love her so much, and the cell I got is of her, actually. And it looked great, and the price wasn't too bad either. I think I paid about $40 for it. It's a really good looking cell. I am so happy I had it. But they had a whole bunch of cells. They had Ghibli cells. They had a Little Mermaid cell.
I saw that, yeah. It was just like a
Yeah.
random like Little Mermaid cell amidst all the like anime stuff.
Yeah. They had that. They had some Lupin cells. They had I think they had some Patlabor. They had a couple Legend of Galactic Heroes.
Yeah, we didn't know who he was though. The character.
Yeah, we couldn't recognize them. They had some of those. They had Street Fighter 2V. They had a bunch of Ranma ones. Urusei Yatsura. All sorts of
there was
80s
some
and
really
90s
cool.
series. They had a bunch of Gundam ones too.
Yeah.
Was
which is
it that
pretty neat,
booth
but
that
yeah.
had the 2 Cosmos as well?
Yes.
Yes,
That was the same.
yeah,
booth.
they had an altar and they had the Bohm Cosmos, which, man, I was going. Well, first day I was like, "No, Tyler, you don't need these." And then by Saturday, the altar figure disappeared. I'm like, well, I don't have this Bohm figure, but I shouldn't. But then on Sunday, I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get it," and then it was gone. I was like, "Oh,
Well,
Always how it goes.
It's
if
okay.
you want it, you know the website that Queenie posted yesterday? I
yeah,
think both of them are on there for cheaper.
true." Well, I already have the altar, but I really wanted that Bohm. But I have the Cosmos that's coming out in May pre-ordered, so I probably should
Next
be okay.
time you get
on
into that
figures
situation,
for
though,
now.
Tyler, you should get it.
Yeah.
You have my permission to
that
get
booth
it.
was insane. They had some really, really good art books.
Yeah, I
too.
got like
I don't.
every Clamp art book they had.
Dave got a bunch of Clamp books.
I got to touch
I
them.
didn't get it from this booth, but there's another booth where I got an old Macross book from, and that thing was sweet. There was so much gorgeous art in there, and I'm so happy to have that.
Yeah.
That was a really, really, really great booth. Then there was Video Games New York was there. You see them at so many of these conventions. It's not even funny.
Yeah, Video Game New York
Oh,
comes to
yeah.
Canada a lot too.
Yeah, they're all over the place, those people.
think-
Retro Psycho
Yeah,
was
I was
there.
gonna say, I think
Retro
my
Psycho
favorite
was awesome.
booth was Retro Psycho, where I got.
Retro Psycho, because they always have like a bunch of soundtracks.
That's the import
They
booth,
also have
right?
a bunch of
Yes, that was all.
yeah,
the
they
Japanese
have a bunch of
imports.
import video games.
Oh, and
They
had
always
that-
have some really cool stuff. They have some nice Sega Saturn games there.
They had the
they had the
Xenosaga
Xenosaga
Japanese
PS2, the
collector.
special edition for that.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
Xenosaga
bought-
episode 1. Yeah.
Xenogears Creed CD from there. And
I
also
got
bought
the Creed.
Xenosaga 1. soundtrack from there as well. Yeah, and I also got the Dragon Quest 4 soundtrack from there too.
I almost got a soundtrack.
Yeah, a lot of really good stuff there.
I think they also got
a
something.
soundtrack as well.
There was too many art books there for me to like afford a soundtrack after I got done with that, because I found the Phantasy Star Online 2 art book over there, and it was way cheaper than anywhere I've ever seen it, and I was like, yeah, this has to be mine. This is just my aesthetic.
I think what I like about this booth, or this place in general, is that they have a lot of rare things, or like a lot of selection, and they're not trying to overprice it. Like, they have prices that are pretty, like, just right for most of the stuff, so I think that's what I can, like, really respect that place for. They actually kept their card really close in case they can ship, because I'm like, their stuff is always amazing.
I got that art book for $20 cheaper at very least than I've seen it on anything online. So I was really
exactly.
happy.
That's what I mean. Like, their prices are really good.
They come to other cons too. Like, I know I've seen them at, I think I've seen them at Otakon.
Anime NYC, they were there too, I think.
Yeah, they were there.
Yeah, I think they were there for that. But yeah, I've seen them at other conventions. So they also have a store on eBay, I'm pretty sure, as well. Yeah, they're a really, really cool seller. They got a great selection of stuff. Not super overpriced. A couple things you probably could have gotten cheaper elsewhere, but other stuff was like pretty solid in terms of like deals. They're pretty fair for the most part. I like that booth a lot.
Would you like to
I got the Xenoblade X OST was there. I've grabbed that.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Wow.
Yeah, no, it was a bit cheaper there than like the one we got was.
We should maybe spell out their name for people who don't realize that that's not psycho as in the English spelling of the word. Like I thought it was.
Well, we could probably put it in like the show description.
We'll do that.
I'll put all these in the notes.
Everything that we've talked about, just for the credit.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Except
Xenofam, you can look out for these people when you go to a convention. But yeah,
but not Subway.
Not Subway.
Don't look out for Subway. Don't look out for Budweiser.
Fuck you,
Another
Subway.
great booth was the Dojin booth.
I wouldn't call that great.
I mean, they had some cool stuff because, you know what? I respect them because they had some really uncommon dojins there. Like, I saw a dojin for Last Bronx. I don't know if anybody remembers what Last Bronx is, but that's like a really obscure Sega fighting game from like 96, I want to say.
Wow.
And it's like, to see a dojin of that is like insane to me. And the guy even said, like, yeah, this is like a 20-year-old dojin that I just have. And it's like, when am I ever going to see that?
I at least commend their variety.
Yeah, like,
and
they
had Robin.
Yeah.
The dojin you got.
So I got one from the booth that they're talking about, which I don't know the name of. What did we kept calling it? Gary Busey's Secret Stash. Because it took me so long to like look through everything, and I felt really bad. So I was like, this one's okay. The dojin booth I really like is OTP because they like nicely organize everything by series, and then like they give you like really clear little bits of information that you might want about each dojin, like what pairing is it? How explicit is it? And how much does it cost? As opposed to I have to now talk to Gary Busey.
Oh god.
So, like, I really like that booth, so when they're there, I do try to look there, and that is where I got the El Shaddai dojin, where I was just amazed that there was El Shaddai.
El Shaddai, I still can't get over that either. El Shaddai dojin, that's so weird.
It exists, but the other thing was that when I then got bored and went to eBay to look at dojin, I discovered that no, there's actually a ton of El Shaddai dojin. Apparently it did much better in the dojin market than it did in the game market.
More appropriately for El Shaddai, it is written.
Yeah, like the gameplay of El Shaddai is the weak point of El Shaddai. Actually, no, I'm not going to get into my El Shaddai rants, because this isn't an El Shaddai podcast.
Welcome to El Shaddai.
No, if we want to talk about other things that are, like, adjacent, it is adjacent to the Xeno series.
Well, maybe you should start an El Shaddai podcast.
My El Shaddai podcast is one episode long, and it's just me listing everything that could have made it a good game.
What if it didn't
but
try
yeah,
to have
OTP...
a platforming segment? What if?
Yeah.
I remember Jesse talking
But
about
I was
El Shaddai
surprised.
back on Godsib. That's the only that's my memory of El Shaddai. But yeah, like I love it when
Yeah.
I'm not going into El Shaddai rants right now.
I love it when Dojin, like Dojin shops and like shops in general, just have stuff nobody else has. Because like, what is the point of having something that everybody else has? I could go to Barnes and Noble and get this, this, and this, but like I when I go into dealers' rooms, I look for unique stuff. So
Yeah.
Or like,
But
Yeah,
Tyler, you were saying about OTP?
Well, actually, because I went to another convention this week in Indiana, and they were there, and I'm like, wow, they went all the way from Maryland to Indiana. I was surprised. But was it them or the other group that had wasn't there like Xenoblade 2 Dojin?
That was the other one.
Yeah.
OTP
Oh,
didn't have
okay.
any Xeno.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that
That is where I got my very nice Final Fantasy 15 one.
Oh, the Gladian Iggy.
Yeah, the one that's David approved.
Yes.
The art was really good.
Yeah, no, it was
So
sweet.
which Xeno Dojin did you get, Robin?
From there, absolutely none.
Which
I didn't get any at this con. I brought
the ones that you brought, you got elsewhere. Okay.
Yeah, the ones I got elsewhere. The one of them was from a con that used to be local years ago. I guess I must have like only recently turned 18 at the time that I got it, but even though it itself isn't explicit. But most of the other dojins I get at this point are from Otaku Republic, because they equally just give you nice amounts of information that you might want, and they were really sweet, and when I ordered from them, they gave me, like, book covers for some of them, since, they're different sizes, so the book covers didn't fit everything, but they were really sweet about it.
Aww.
And they always have, like, little discounts, and I didn't use the last discount coupon they gave me, but they were like, hey, if you can't afford this right now, let us know, and we'll extend how long you can use this coupon for. But I didn't know when I would next be buying, so I didn't want to, ask them to do me a favor that I wasn't going to utilize. But that's where I'd like to get Dojin. Also, I might be getting a few from eBay, depending on if I decide I need retail therapy or not.
Do it.
Do it.
I might. I mean, this one isn't on Otaku Republic anymore, and I want it. And this one might have Guinan kissing Ziggy, and I'm just intrigued.
Now I am too.
Yeah, same.
That's
yeah,
fair.
yeah.
I'm like, I'm go on.
I'm on board.
I didn't know I wanted that.
I didn't know I wanted it. I don't even know that I do want it. I'm just really
There's only
interested.
one way to find
And
out.
just like that, we're all thirsty on Maine.
I knew I've been
thirsty
thirsty
on
on
Maine.
Maine.
That was the most hilarious thing about that Dojin booth to me. Is that everyone was just there, like,
Living their truth.
I was there trying to like not silently
They
judge
were-
everyone, because I'm like, those characters are minors, right? Okay, just like that. Like, do I need to tell you this?
Something
Have a
that
seat over
obscure
there.
Oh, wait.
on Maine still, though.
Wait, David, weren't you like carded at one of the dojins?
Did they really?
What?
yeah, they carded me.
They carded.
Oh my
If you
god.
wanted to look through it, they did ask for your ID
I
just
get,
to make sure.
yeah, I get carded for everything
Are
anyway,
you old
but
enough to drink this Dojin?
I don't know, was everyone else?
No.
Apparently, because
No,
again, they
probably
did
not.
this.
I was right beside you when he
Then
did it.
again, I'm the kind of person who could grow a beard in 2 seconds, so that might be...
Speaking of growing a beard in 2 seconds, you do need to do Photoshop Albedo with huge beard.
Albeardo.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that. Because that makes sense for, like, Albedo to have a big beard, like,
Should have a huge beard that he can just never
as
control.
fast as, like, he regenerates shit. He should just have a gigantic fucking Santa Claus beard.
Ho ho ho.
I can just see that going terribly wrong.
All right, should we move on to the photo shoot?
Before that,
All
there's
right,
just
yeah.
one piece of merch. I don't. Did we mention the merch? Yeah, we did. Did we?
Yeah, we mentioned the formula.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the formula.
Yeah, sounds good. All right.
Yeah, the $90.
Sounds good. We can move to the big possibly highlight of everyone here in the photo shoot.
Alright. So yeah, basically, like,
Okay.
kind of the whole reason we even came to this con to begin with is that, like, for about a year, we've been planning this big Xeno meetup. And when I say big, I really just mean kind of among us with a couple friends. But, like,
That's big in the
yeah,
fandom.
most of us were in cosplay, and we organized a small little Xeno get-together photo shoot. And yeah, that was really cool. It was great seeing everybody in cosplay. I was Chaos from Xenosaga 3. Marie was Junior. Kat was basically Casual Cosmos. Cashmos.
I had a wig and that was it.
It's my favorite Led Zeppelin
valid.
song.
Well, you had robot leggings.
Yes, I did.
That counts.
Yeah.
I was the camera
like,
Coastal
person.
Sun or off day.
Yeah, David was a camera person.
Dude, people came.
Nick was Albedo.
People came there to photograph us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
People were like, "Oh my
Smart.
gosh, Xenosaga people are here.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
is
and-
this?
Is this real life?
had,
Is this 2020?"
In the year of our Lord 2020.
Wait, you're not just the
You just
person
had
who's
Erin
like
as
organizing
Julie.
the fact that there are shoots going on here in the first place. You actually like the Xeno series? Is that wait what? Really? That was
Yeah.
a thing. They were there.
Yeah, we had people
Yeah.
there. It was really cool. We also met a new friend. They might be on future episodes. Who knows? But we made a new friend who was Momo, and
Mhm.
they
Such
were
a good
cosplaying Momo, and they did a damn good job
So
at
good.
that.
It was
She
so,
was so
cute.
cute.
Yeah, it was
Daughter.
great
Adorable.
to have them join us. Because they posted in our Xeno, and we had like a Facebook group for this, and they posted in there. They're like, "Oh yeah, what's going on with this? You guys want to meet up?" And then I messaged them. I was like, "Yeah, come to our hotel." Okay, it wasn't that. That sounded a lot creepier than it really was. Come to our
The
hotel.
black room
But-
that has candy on their door.
yeah.
Yes, it was.
Okay,
Okay,
Momo
he was the one who
cosplayer,
brought
please
candy.
come to our
Yeah,
hotel.
that's the
Actually
irony.
gave
That's
us
the irony of it.
Valentine's.
She brought us
Yeah, she
candy.
gave us candy.
Yeah, she was really sweet.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Well, we also had. Let's see. We had Erin was Yuli.
Erin was
Mizrahi.
Yuli. Yep.
You did a great job being like
Very empathetic.
unapproachable
to your daughter.
mother. Yeah.
Toward
You
Momo.
did a great
Yeah,
job not wanting to
good
hug your
parent.
daughter.
Those were some of my
Amazing
favorite
job
pictures.
of dissing your daughter,
I'm so sorry.
your robo daughter.
You know,
but
I,
it was great.
I
No,
literally
that was
felt
like my
so
favorite.
bad.
It was
doing
super.
that.
It was
I
super
loved it.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could mention.
But yeah, we had a couple more
And-
people. Like Tyler was Alan, which was really
Yeah.
awesome.
We had all the Your TV
Yeah.
bros.
Yeah.
all the UTV bros were there because
Yeah,
Tara was
I
also
have to
dining
commend
in.
Tara, the most photogenic person in possibly the entire room.
God, I wish.
It was incredible.
Yeah, you
Your
did
guidance
great.
was
You were amazing.
awesome.
Yeah, it was
Gaiden
really
and
good.
Gurguriev.
Yeah, I did
Your
your
guidance
Yeah,
was
yeah. May
With
I
the daddy
mention that
socks.
highlight
Yeah.
of you coming in the room being like, "That's here."
Daddy's
Yep,
here.
and then I
You were
kicked
like
you out
the
of the
photo
room.
shoot meme master.
I
And we
live
also
for
had
that.
Robin as assistant Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody recognized
you were
me.
great.
No, everyone
Scott
did.
love.
Everyone who was
Everybody
a fan did.
Everyone who knew
Yeah.
Xeno
You're
Saga
actually, but
recognized me.
I
Yeah.
heard people outside the
That's all
fandom
that
that
matters.
talked about how photogenic you were.
Aw.
So
That's
Yeah,
okay.
I'm only photogenic if I'm wearing a wig and no one can recognize
no
me.
thanks
I
to
recognized
outside the
you.
Fandom even.
Yeah.
Or at least I
Yeah.
recognized the back of your jacket when I was trying to follow you through crowds.
Yeah, I think the blonde hair also helps.
That jacket was awesome. So was your Seraphim Sisters
They also
t-shirt.
mentioned that like the thing where like two of our rooms had like URTV numbers or almost.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, the
Yeah.
con's over now, so we can say our room numbers. We had 10066 and 10069, which were
Nice.
pretty much URTV numbers.
Nice.
And basically, me as Junior and Nick as Albedo were staying in the 66. So it was kind of hilarious. And everyone pretty much came into the 66 room because, like, we were kind of slowly getting ready.
We
So,
were like bound by our twins.
we had the entire Xenosaga group in our room. It was funny.
Just chilling,
Yep.
getting
It
ready.
was
Vibing.
great.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We were all like, messing with our wigs, or rather, Marie was messing with all of our wigs.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
How many?
I did a
weeks
whole-
a
Thank you,
week?
I
yeah.
did a whole week of just, like, wig
Yes.
styling and cutting.
It was worth it
Also
though.
gotta
I
say-
need to
High
learn how to
art.
do wigs to like try to alleviate some of the burden for you.
Some of my
Well,
favorite
I don't mind
pictures-
so much. I do enjoy doing wigs. It's just like it was like a lot of wigs,
Yes,
and like I
it was
was
so
a
many
bit
wigs.
like back on time. Like I was short on time to
Yeah.
do them all, but I
Yeah,
had
that's
fun.
why I'm just like, I should get better at hair. Since
And
I
at least
do
what
gel
saved me is also the
stylings
fact
anyway.
that I was actually at Erin's place like a few days prior to Katsu, so I was able to do a bunch there since Kat and Tyler also came over there to meet us there. So yeah, I could do a bunch of them there. It's just I did not manage to do the Cosmos wig over there, but I sometimes was like, given this type of styling Cosmos has, it'd be better if I do it on the spot, because like the bangs will stay up better. So
You
Yeah,
did a great
Yeah.
job with that wig.
yeah, honestly,
That
the
was
Cosmos wig
amazing.
was my favorite.
Oh
one.
yeah, it was
Yeah, you
amazing.
need like hairspray, hair gel for that kind of
Oh,
style.
I have everything.
It's
I'm fully equipped.
ridiculous.
There's
I
like
wore that
2 or
wig
3
all day
layers of
because I look
bangs
so
there,
good in it.
so-
But yeah,
Sorry.
it was fun though. I had a lot of fun doing all those wigs.
Yeah, so we got a lot
So,
of
yeah.
great shots.
We really did.
Oh yeah, we had like a pre-photo shoot, and then we had the actual photo
And then we had
shoot, and then
Another
a
photographer
photo
showed
shoot.
up.
And then we had
After the
basically-
photo shoot.
Then we did some
Basically,
more
we wanted
afterwards.
to get photos with Tara as Yuriev first, so we got a few photos of that, like quite a lot actually. It was like kind of a private photo shoot between us, Derpy, and
Yeah, we
like in the
just
hallway.
found a couple of
Shout out
walls.
to Guy in hallway who just happens to be in a lot
Yeah.
of the shots. He probably didn't want to be in any of
Yeah,
them.
he was like,
we
should
love
I
you, guy in
move?
hallway.
And we were like,
Guy
no,
in
you don't
hallway,
have
you're the
to.
real MVP.
Hello, hallway
yeah.
man.
But yeah, afterwards
Hallway
we went back
man.
to the room so that Tara could change to Ganyu, and then we kind of cooled down a bit before the actual big meetup. And then we went to the actual meetup, and we had Yui join us. And I think it was on our way back to the room that we actually ran into that Nya cosplayer. Was it? Was
Yeah.
it
Yes.
that? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when
on
we
the
told
way back and we saw Nia and
we
we're
told
like,
this
hey,
Nia,
you'll
like,
never believe this.
come to our meetup. And she was like, oh my god, there's a
Yeah.
meetup, this is Xeno meetup. And we're like, yeah. The only thing that's sad though is that
She was the only
the Mr. and
blade.
Adam that was supposed to come over did not make it.
Aw.
And
Aw.
but I did
Yeah.
see through her Instagram that she managed to find them later at least, so that's good.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Neo was really crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, she did a great job.
She
Yeah,
was
Neo's
adorable.
great.
Yes, the materials she
I felt-
got, like for a costume, was so
Perfect for
pretty.
Nia. She got
Yeah.
exactly the right texture, materials, and everything. I was
Yeah,
very
it was
impressed.
amazing.
Shout out to her.
And
Shout
then
out
we
to them. They
found
were-
out she
Oof.
was, man, she's so young too. It's just crazy
Yeah.
how much she did with that. It was really good.
Yeah. But yeah, and
Okay.
during that shoot it was really amazing. Like we had a bunch of people coming to take picture. I really want to say prop also to that person that also helped us doing the countdowns.
Oh yeah, she was
Because
cosplaying.
honestly, it was my first time doing like a sort of, because I'm the one who actually gave the form to try and get a spot, and it was kind of my first time doing that. So I was like, okay, how am I gonna do that?
How
Because
does
I
this
know
work?
we have to do the countdowns usually to have
Right, we have to
things
do it.
going on, but at the same time I was like, how am I supposed to do that while I'm in the picture?
I know.
Yeah, I was trying to do it at first, but then that person kind of
Yeah.
took over, and I was like, you know what? That's just a lot
Yeah,
easier.
they were-
that way I don't have to worry
Yes.
about it myself.
Yeah, she was on top of
Yeah, she
things.
was
That-
cosplaying
Yeah.
Ige
That
Hyorin
was really
from
good.
Final Fantasy XIV, and I haven't played that part of the game yet because I'm like cursed story skipper, but she was the most helpful Asian. So thank you, Ige Hyorin, wherever you are.
But yeah,
Very
like
helpful.
that shoot was really fun. Xenofam, you probably seen the pictures on Twitter by now because all of us have been posting them.
I've got to
They've been
go
on
post a
Facebook
bunch.
too. Yeah, and there's still more we gotta post.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just a
We'll
little
probably post a
say.
couple in this video too, in a YouTube
Yeah.
version of this podcast.
Just-
Yeah.
So you can see some of the
Oh,
pics
yeah.
there too. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think that since it was our first time hosting a shoot like this, I think we did a pretty decent job. And it wasn't super huge. Like, we didn't have a whole lot of people, which I think was actually a good thing. Because since it was our first time, we didn't want something that was just like too overwhelming.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was
Yeah.
very easy to manage
Yeah.
it. So that was really good.
But I think even if it would have gotten more people, I think it would still have gone like pretty smoothly because we were kind of shifting between different groups and stuff, and like it was actually going really well. Like I was surprised. At first I thought like, wow, like 30 minutes, it sounds like so tight, but every time I look at the time, it's like, wow, we still have all that time left.
Well, I mean, that's also because we didn't have that many Gears or Blade people.
Yeah.
I felt so bad that there were more
Once
Gears.
Xenosaga gets the
kind of
spotlight.
problem, yeah. For once,
Yeah, right?
MagFest, for example, the Xeno meetup there was like three Saga cosplayers there,
Blade.
and yeah, it was mostly Blade, and we had a couple Gears, but it was mostly Blade.
I was still surprised at the amount of gears they had. I think they had like 4 of them.
Wow.
Yeah, they had a few people.
I would
Like they had Faye, they had Illy, they had Billy.
There was a Billy.
And they had this Element girl. I
Kelvina.
forgot her name. There we go.
Yeah.
I would really like to actually also commend our very own podcast host, Tyler, because some of my favorite shots from that entire photo shoot were the shots of Scott and Alan, as cosplayed by Tyler.
Yes.
And
those were so adorable.
Those were just amazing.
Oh, yes.
I love them.
I love them.
We took so many pictures. Like that's what
We
I
took
love
a
about
few
like
pictures.
cosplay groups getting together because you get to like
Do a
try
lot
to
of
mimic the things they do in the game. You get to set up your own things.
do a
It's
lot
so
of
much
photo
fun.
nerds. It's really cool.
Yeah, I love taking pictures of people and getting pictures of myself
And
taken. It's just
also,
so much
the
fun.
pictures you took of like anything are like super good. you
I
get
tried.
the angles.
Really
Yes,
shots.
you got some good angles. I tried.
Yeah,
All
that's what I aim for.
But also props for the Yui cosplayer who also
Yeah.
had this idea of the circle shot. Like at first I was like, I don't know how this is gonna work out, but actually David managed to get just the right angle with my phone, and the picture came out amazingly.
Yes, that
Just
shot makes
wow.
me so happy.
That
That is
picture,
great.
yeah, David, you did a good shot
did a
with
great
that.
job.
Well, that was
Yeah.
yes.
Because most of the
I was
other
just trying to
photographers
take some
weren't
good
placed
ones.
well, and like it was a bit awkward. Like they would have needed something to like raise themselves, but you like I don't know how you were placed, but like
I was kind of in
The
the
egg-
way, but I was like right above you guys.
perfect. Like the
I didn't
angle
know where
was
to look,
perfect.
so that's why I looked really confused.
So David actually stood in the middle of the circle and jumped and took the picture. That's how it was.
Oh, jeez, no.
Just put a ladder in the middle.
No,
I was kinda
imagine
just-
him
I was
being,
kind of
like,
leaning
suspended on the
in.
roof.
It missed my head by 2 inches.
But yeah.
But yeah, the photo shoot was great.
But after that photo shoot, we also moved on to the same hallway we were at before, because that hallway was like
Like
less crowded.
now.
Yeah,
And-
we took
Yeah,
more
and then we took
pictures.
a few more shots.
Yeah, because
there.
we didn't have enough. So yeah,
Yeah,
We can never
Yeah.
have enough.
yeah, we just
No.
we just took like we just finished kind of compiling the pictures of everyone, and I checked earlier, and we're at like 1,500 pictures. The
Yeah, is it, like,
majority is
4
our
gigs
photo
or something?
shoots.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair to that number, like some of them are like the same picture.
Yeah, but it's
just
still different
Yeah.
angles. But still, it's a
Yeah.
lot. It's amazing.
It's-
It is a lot.
That's
I'm not
correct.
saying it isn't. I'm just saying like
Yeah, I uploaded a lot. And that wasn't even all of them.
Yeah.
I combed
Yeah.
through mine for
Gosh.
duplicates, but it was still a lot. It was like something like 100.
I didn't
Yeah.
bother. I was just like, y'all deal.
Yeah,
I fe-
I kind
I
of
feel
didn't
bad.
clean
I
mine so
put-
much. I just dumped them in there. It was like 340 something.
The only part about
Yeah,
the photo
same.
shoot
Yeah.
that I didn't like was the part where that guy in the Subway t-shirt came up, and I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
Oh my-
I feel like for the
Oh my gosh.
convention official shoot, like you're supposed to have that space to yourself, but they're kept having like randos
Yeah.
just like walking
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, just walking
And
I'm
through.
just
lighting
like,
on the
yo,
balcony
it's a
was
photo
really
shoot.
terrible.
What the fuck?
Like a lot of the shots for our official shoot are badly lit because of the way the
The
sun
background,
was.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
I think it would have been better.
It's conceptually
It would have been better if they
It's
would have
funny 'cause,
put
like,
a
the
small spot against a wall
Mhm.
somewhere,
Yeah,
rather
so
than like with the backlight.
I
next
agree.
time we
Yeah.
book a photo
Absolutely,
shoot,
yeah.
make sure
Mhm.
that we don't get anything that says balcony.
Yeah, I agree, because like the shots that we took that were just like in the hallway, many of those are like way
the only problem
better
is
than
that
our
our
group
group
shot.
was too small to get the other spots.
Hi guys. Bye,
Because the only other spot
was
there was
Jeremy.
the spot of the gazebo,
Mhm.
and it was the balcony, right? And then there was the fountain. But the fountain was the biggest, like, you had to have, like, a gigantic group to go there,
Oh.
basically.
It's always great to be trying to shoot photos, and then Jaywalker Bob comes through the background like, get the fuck out,
But
man!
I think they should have gotten some staff to look after those space to at least, like, usher away the people that should not be there. Because
Yeah.
it kind of sucks when you're doing a photo shoot and someone just, like, comes right through it or, like, is randomly in the background, especially if it's an
Just
official
chilling
shoot.
in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we had some group
But yeah,
pictures
that
that were
was-
great, and then you just have this random dude in the background by the balcony. It's just,
With a
what are you doing there?
subway
But, that's about it.
But yeah,
we had
that was
a
our
great
shoot.
time in those
was
shoots,
cool.
though.
It was
so
so
much.
much
Mhm.
fun.
Last.
It was.
And then later that night,
Actually,
we watched the Xenosaga
Actually,
anime.
before
Oh,
that, we actually split up after the third shoot, and like some people went shopping. And actually, I think it was me, Nick, Tara, and our Momo who ran into Terry, who's a cosplayer that I follow as well. And
Oh, Mennonite, yeah.
yeah, they're pretty much a big fan. They're a big fan of Xenosaga as a whole. So when they saw us, they were like on the other escalator going up, and we were going down.
Yes.
He was dressed in a
Aw.
And then
Bot Hat
they
cosplay,
came
we're like,
after
wait
us.
a second, you're the reason
They
that
came after
blamed.
us for a selfie. It was really nice. But yeah,
Aw.
that's why I was like, that's right, guys.
Wait a
I know
second.
this person's a fan.
Dot Hack remake, that's what Bandai Namco.
Bandai
That's what that company blamed the fact that we won't get a Xenosaga remake on. What the fuck are you doing? I'm just kidding.
Bastard.
I can't believe you.
Bando.
Bando
Yeah.
Namkai.
Oh no.
But yeah,
And on this episode of We're Definitely Not Sponsored by
Bando Namkai.
Yeah.
Subway. Thank you.
Yeah.
Or Budweiser.
or Starbucks.
Wait, we like Starbucks. They can sponsor us.
yeah, they could.
Unless, they want us to say that their coffee
I'll
is
just
good.
say, give me all your matcha.
Hey, Bud Light, dilly
Yeah.
dilly, fuck off.
But yeah, afterwards
Fucking
it was pretty much just some shopping, and then I think people started going toward food, and then we went to
Yeah.
Justin's room for
Yeah.
something that went really wild.
Yeah, you guys.
It's a good kind of wild.
That was a night where we got Thai food and we brought it back to the hotel
Moderately
room, and then
mild.
we watched the Xenosaga anime, and we also had a lot to drink. Erin brought a particular beverage known as the Confucius Wisdom, and let me tell you right now, we all felt the
That was not a beverage.
Yeah.
Uh,
Felt that wisdom for quite a bit after.
Yeah,
Except
I've heard of like
Yeah.
I wasn't
liquid courage
drinking,
before, but
I wasn't drinking myself. I was just
Liquid
looking at
wisdom.
you guys.
That was like the manna from heaven.
Yeah, we just kept drinking it. We were just passing it around.
That
and
went really
there was
well.
also
Nick had
other
to
drinks
tongue
we
the
had too.
bottle.
I just like
Yeah.
how Erin was shouting at everything.
I love that the tonguing in the bottle keeps
Yes.
getting brought up.
Margulis!
I
Yeah,
was not the
so
one
we actually
Want
yelling
me to
about
bring up the time
Margulis.
that you asked Justin to make out with you? Would that be better?
I don't remember this.
Did that happen?
Yes, you said there's nothing left. Justin, quick, make out with me.
Fair enough.
I actually think this was said and it wasn't a joke.
Saga watch party.
It was said.
I think it was a joke since no making out occurred, but
Yeah,
it was said.
I believe
I
it.
believe it, yeah.
But yeah, for more details, listen to the episode that will probably be up before this one.
Yeah.
I don't know if that'll ever
I got too drunk
Yeah,
to.
so we recorded us watching it, and yeah, it's kind of a beautiful mess.
I'll probably listen to it
It's
at
a
work and
that's-
just be laughing in the corner, and everyone will be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
Just know that quite a few of us have had a lot to drink while recording that episode.
And then by episode 2,
You drank
had a
Episode 2
lot
had an
more.
awkward pause between it because Justin and I had to go on a fun adventure to move the car.
Oh, yeah.
And
the
what-
parking troubles.
Yeah.
'Cause
during
my car-
that time we drank a lot.
Yeah, my car decided it didn't like its key fob, so there was like 5 minutes of yelling at the car.
Oh no.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's great. There were 2 parking lots. There was the slightly more expensive one and the slightly cheaper one, and we were moving from the slightly more expensive to the slightly cheaper one. I think that was the night.
Oh, the cheaper one. That's a fun parking lot. Because
yeah, that was
there's
a fun parking lot. Like, the more expensive one, it was closer, it was easier to get to, blah,
Was
blah,
there a
blah.
ball pit?
But the further one...
Was there a ball pit?
No, but the further one had an airplane.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like, legit, there's an airplane in the parking
I
lot.
was like, how can it be here? How did they get
Yeah,
the plane there?
further
Are we talking about that airplane that was just like chilling
Yeah.
down by the
Just
water?
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, how did that get there?
Yeah, same. I was
Yeah, so this further parking lot, like, isn't paved, it's all gravel,
Like,
because they
yeah.
want you to understand that you are not getting the deluxe parking lot. And it's by the water, so it actually had a beautiful view, and there's an
It's
airplane
like,
there.
yo, there's
It
no
was so
runway.
weird.
Think about it.
But, yeah, I guess it got there by
It's a
boat.
VTOL.
Probably.
I must have missed this airplane.
or maybe it
It was just the
teleported
weirdest
there.
thing, turning around and just seeing it there and being like, what?
Hold on, I have a
Yeah,
picture
it was-
of this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure more than one of us took pictures of the
Yeah, we took
airplane.
pictures of it because we were gonna,
The
like,
thing about
send it to Kat and be like, look, we kidnapped
the
Marie.
thing about an airplane
Yeah.
is if you push in the clutch and you just like hold that in, the airplane hovers for a little while and you can just take off from anywhere. That's how they work.
There you go.
Yep, there's the airplane.
Airplane. You'll see it in the
So,
YouTube video.
Yeah, then it... So then it was also like we had to walk back, so that gave us plenty of time. So we get back and we're sober, and you guys are not.
Are you though? Okay.
Yeah.
yes, you are.
Yeah, at that point I had to drive a car. Yeah, I was sober.
But then you came back and you got hella drunk, right?
Then I
I
came
got one
back.
thing to say to you, Touche.
But we just watched episode 2, and then we figured that was enough torture for you, Xenofam, and we stopped recording. But then we watched episode 3 and 4 after
Watched is in quotation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were pretty wise by then.
I was watching
wise.
this.
that. Yeah.
Junior came to
That
the
was when we
screen and I
broke
was
out
hooked
the
to the
Dojin
screen.
and said, have at it.
Yeah, we did bring up the Dojin. That was funny.
Bro, I am just sitting here.
I wanted you all to judge me, and none of you judged me for that Final Fantasy VI one.
No judge zone.
I
Yeah,
have
how
no
dare you
no
not judge
space to
me.
judge anybody for their dojin.
I'm still
Me
here.
neither.
I'm still here. That's all I gotta say.
Still
Aw.
there.
I am just.
But yeah, it was a really
sitting
fun
here.
night, and after that, like, people kind of just like went off and did their own thing. So Robin, David, Tyler, Nick, and I, we were just like, hey, we still got a buzz. Why don't we just walk around a convention? So we were
Hey, Buzz.
so we went downstairs.
Yeah,
we
I
went
remember
downstairs.
when you guys
and
posted
chilling.
pictures at like 2, 3 a.m. or something, still walking around.
Yeah, I was surprised when you responded, though, because I was like, weren't you going
I
to
was
bed?
surprised when we
No,
came
I was
back,
packing.
you were still awake.
was
I think that was
Yeah.
like the best picture that was taken of me too. So
Yeah, we
Oh,
took
we
over
had
the
it, yeah.
There
gazebo.
was some
It was ours.
Yeah, that was
really
fun.
Yeah.
good night
Gazebo.
pics over there. But
No, they're actually really nice pics.
no, yeah, not even
We found
kidding.
some
I
nice-
was
Those were, yeah.
We found some free lip balm. That was fun.
Oh,
did
yeah.
anybody use that?
Yeah.
I used
Oh.
it.
What
I
was
have
the
no
one guy we
standards.
found
That
was
went
like
out my
in there?
mouth.
Was it one guy that was dressed up in the Hooters?
Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
guy.
we saw the Hooters guy.
The only guy I can
Yeah,
remember off the top
Hooters
of my
guy.
head is the guy who was dressed as Weather Report from JoJo Part 6. I'm like, oh my god, I've been looking for you all day.
Yeah, we got him too. We got the Hooters guy. We got Flava Flav
And
Flavor
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves.
and Nick Cage. Yep.
Keanu Reeves.
Nick Cage
These were
and
cut out,
Nick Cage in air quotes.
by the
Yeah,
way.
Keanu Reeves changed into Nick Cage, and I was like, the bees in my eyes right now.
These were cutouts.
Did you guys go
cardboard
to the game room afterwards?
How dare you?
We
Yeah,
did
we
go to the
did.
game
How
room
dare
initially,
you, Tyler?
yes.
They were actually there. This was that big of a convention.
okay.
Like, that was actually them.
Yeah, we went to their
It was that.
their
I
game
mean, I
room.
feel like you don't need a big convention to get Flava Flav.
You can
to go.
say
It was that authentic con experience
You
that
can
I've been
say
craving.
they're 2D all you want. They're real to me.
So the game room.
Yeah, the game room. So I gotta say, the game room was pretty weak. There was like not a lot of variety there. I guess like it's because no, not even. I was gonna say like it's hard to compare. No, that's not true. I've gone to other anime conventions with more interesting game rooms than what they had there. They had a few arcade machines. They had the Taiko no Tatsujin machine. They had some Jubeat ones. They had a couple other rhythm games, and they had the Gundam games. And then, like, those were the main arcades that they had. And I was super disappointed by that because I've got the other game rooms where it's, like, insane. There's all these old school, like, candy cabinets. You get all these SNK games, all these awesome fighting games, all these nice shoot 'em ups. But, like, none of that was there. They also didn't even have, like, Groove Coaster. So they didn't even have the rhythm games I wanted to
I gotta
play
say,
for one.
after the Galloping Ghost, that place was like a real letdown.
It was. And I think I saw a Tokyo Arcade Attack. Is that what they're called? Tokyo
That's
Attack.
right.
So they tend to like provide arcades to other conventions, and they got really good machines. Like I've seen them at other cons, and they have all this really awesome stuff, these great rhythm games. But like here, I just wasn't seeing a lot of it. They didn't have a lot of really interesting machines there. Like, yeah, they had Tank, which is kind of cool.
I wish
but,
I played that.
Compared to other events, the arcade was severely lacking. And the games themselves too, it was just nothing special. Like,
there were
you had
several
Smash
Toho.
4.
There was a lot of Toho.
Not
if
Smash
you're
4,
into
Smash
that,
Ultimate. Yeah, I'm gonna get to that. This was the one cool thing about it. There was a corner that was just entirely dedicated to Toho. They had a whole bunch of like older PCs set up with like the Toho shoot 'em ups. There was the fighting game that was there. And then they had them running on projectors too. That was actually really cool. But outside of that, the game room was very unimpressive to me. I've seen some other conventions where I go to the game room, I'm like, whoa, this is awesome. I want to spend hours here. Like MagFest game room, for example, is incredible. Their game room is insane. XenoFam, you go to MagFest, you check out that game room. And the best part about MagFest game room is that it's open 24 hours. Like, that's so freaking cool. Like, Katsucon is like, not only does it close, like, it's not even open all night. It's just one little room. Yeah, and there's just not a lot of stuff in there. So you'll see everything that's there in like a couple minutes.
I was actually really surprised because we got back to the room and it was almost 4 o'clock and I was like, whoa, wait, what? We were out that late? Because I felt like the last place we went was the game room and it was like, okay, so all this other stuff is okay. This Toho section is pretty decent if you're into that. And I was like, luckily, into the shooters and stuff like that. So, you know, I've not played a lot of Toho, but I was just like, you know, I could fall asleep at this Toho.
I feel like that
the Toho's thing was really cool.
I feel like that
I will give them
Toho
that.
setup though, like I don't know if it's maybe the same group, but I remember like a few years ago when I went to Otakon, there was a similar setup there. So I'm wondering if it's not like just the same group of people from around these parts that goes also to Katsucon.
Likely.
Because there's like a huge like Toho like fandom around these parts, seems like.
Yeah, the Toho part, that was actually really cool. But otherwise, everything else, not really. Because, like, for me, what makes a great game room is if I'm seeing games that I don't often see. That's what's going to make a game room for me. Like, if I'm going there and I see cabinets of games that are uncommon, that I don't often see, that's going to make me want to play them more. I'm going to see this arcade game, I'm like, oh wow, here's this obscure game I haven't seen in a long time. I'm going to want to play it. But if it's just the normal stuff, that's not going to do anything for me. Like Taiko no Tatsujin, that's cool, but every convention has that. It's not something that's like standing out to me. The Gundam machines, okay, that's kind of cool too, but like, again, it's just too little, there's not enough there. There's a couple things that are kind of cool, but compared to other events, they could do way better.
So, Justin, may I just backpedal a little bit to the drunken Xenosaga party, because I want to bring up also that we were wondering for a little while we were getting ready to watch this, is Jesse from the old forums, from the old Godsip forums, going to be around, because we thought, they might join us. And they did. They walked in like the last minute. We were just about to start watching the show. Her husband walked in, and they were both awesome, incredible people.
They helped us finish our alcohol.
They did that, yeah. They helped us finish off our alcohol. They were just really fun to be around. They had some really interesting insights. I mean, between Jesse's husband John, who had not been really exposed to Xenosaga, and then we had Erin and Jeremy over there, and between especially I felt like between John sitting on one side of me and Jeremy and Erin on the other side, I was thinking, man, this is just amazing commentary from, Erin would just chime in whenever she felt like it, and then we had Jeremy just he had been more talkative during that viewing than I felt like he had been the whole weekend as far as what I was around.
Well, he also kind of ninja disappeared often.
He did that, yeah.
Yes.
And I think from what he said, he also went a lot to rave or bars and stuff. I'm not exactly sure what his adventures were.
Apparently he said he went to a dance party.
I think he said he went to bars every night.
After that, yeah. Which was
he went to a party, and then I called him, and his phone answered, and he didn't realize it, and I just heard music thumping and people hooting.
Oh my gosh.
It sounded like a fun time, but I was like, oh my god.
So Jeremy was really great.
Worried, but
you were of course great, Yfish. Erin,
I try.
And then
thank you.
We had I just wanted to mention, because we hadn't before, but Jessie and her husband John were really great to be around. They made all that a lot more fun, and it was just great to meet them. They were really fun. And
they showed up at the photo shoot.
Yes, they did. And Jessie she was an admin back in the Godsib days, and I actually wasn't around back at that time. But Kat actually helped me reconnect to her.
Yeah.
Because I was looking for information as to model resources, because I was trying to get stuff together to make my albedo costume, and for that I was trying to pull models, and that didn't really work out, but it was great to meet Jessie through that.
Yeah. And Jessie is fantastic.
Oh yeah, I know her back from the Godsip days, and she is also
I
fantastic.
think back then, I was kind of there, but I was not super active because I was also on another forum at the same time. But yeah, I did not get to interact much with her back in the days. I interacted more with some of the few others, like Kat. I would see posts from Jin or Erin, and maybe other people too. But yeah, that's about it. I wasn't super connected back
then. And then kind of not active, and then active again.
I basically discovered
you're kind of in and out times.
I basically discovered in my research that the Godsib forums in some way still existed, and I had found at least the text from them, and a lot of it was this admin Jessie was really active and really liked albedo. Maybe they could help me find some resources on which to base my albedo costume off of. And I didn't get quite as far as I wanted with that, but it was just great to reconnect this missing strand to her and find them, and them actually end up joining us here through all of this. It was kind of amazing. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was.
None of that would have happened without Kat, to be honest. But it was
Word.
It was really cool.
I am just really glad Jessie reached out to me a couple years ago, and we're talking again, and it's just Jessie, has a huge space in my heart, and I'm really glad she's back with us.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But also, Kat you're really, like, we were mentioning it before recording, but you're really, like, a huge pillar of the community, and, like...
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think we would even be together right now if not for your help to just invite people over servers and just, like, you know...
Yeah.
Just doing all the work to keep the fandom alive all these years.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't really
Yeah,
want
for real.
spotlight for or credit, but I because like I don't. I have.
But it's not
a
so
video-
much credit, it's just
okay.
we're thankful to you.
Y'all.
Like, we're thankful.
Let us
Oh,
love
God.
you,
I don't
damn
want to
it.
put you on the
Love
spot,
you
but like
too.
you're the mysterious god force behind the Xeno community. Like,
Okay. Put it to you this way, right? So I've often said that I wasn't really part of the Xeno community until this podcast. I kind of just kept to myself. But like joining this podcast and then finding out about the community and then meeting said community, it's just shown me just how tight you guys are to each other and how cool you are to each other. And this is awesome. Like, I love this. Like, yeah, this is so much fun.
Yeah.
I'm having a good time. Y'all have been really cool to me, so I'm
just amongst
thankful.
all my friends who were ever into Xeno, I would always hear this name thrown around. It was always like Catamus this. It was like Catamus kind of was like
You cut out.
And so
But I think
Catamus
it's,
was
like,
like,
probably
"Oh,
wrapped up in
I've
everything.
heard of her. She's like this legend or something."
Oh no.
Just like meeting Catamus, I'm like,
Legends of the
"Wow,
Hidden
this
Catamus.
is crazy."
I'm just a guy, I swear.
It's that
No.
one guy, you know, but it's Catamus.
But like honestly, like without this podcast, I'm not sure if I would still be in the Xeno community because I've just sort of like
Aww.
Well, it's a big old circular
Yeah.
thing.
and like I got really despondent when people started using Xeno Underground just to have arguments about which is better, Xenoblade or Xenogears or Xeno Saga.
Yeah, there started
and-
to be a lot of the split there,
yeah,
sadly.
so like I ghosted on my own community for quite a while, and the being on this podcast and being able to talk about the thing that I love is much more fulfilling than running a half-dead forum. Like I'm
Yeah.
not gonna close down, and there's still the resource site that Xeno Underground is part of, but I am done being a forum manager.
Yeah, I don't blame
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Yeah, you put in a lot of work and you did your part.
Yeah.
And
But yeah, like there's this
like
I'm
Yeah.
done being an admin of things, but I still know so many people and like if
Yeah.
there's something somebody needs, if I don't know it, I know somebody who might know somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
that's great.
I know a guy who knows a guy.
Well, the real treasure was the friends that we made along the
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely. That was the greatest thing in the dealer's room.
Yeah.
Real treasure was
Friends
the
we made
dealers we
along
met
the
along
way.
the way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the only reason I went to
You guys went
Katsucon in
over
the
to
first
it.
place, just for like the meetups and meeting you
Oh.
guys.
Yeah,
Otherwise, I would
same.
not have gone to Katsucon.
It
Aw,
wasn't just to
yay.
like.
Aww.
It wasn't just
Yeah.
to wear those daddy socks in front of us, huh?
Yeah.
That was
I mean,
part
it
of
was
the reason.
to wear the daddy socks, but specifically to wear them
That
in
was the
front
reason
of us.
Yes,
I came in. I
exactly.
didn't even realize it.
So I
I
guess
did
that
actually
would be-
really enjoy how many of us coordinated our socks to our cosplay.
Yeah,
like you
it
with
was
the daddy
hilarious.
socks, and then Tyler with the Evangelion socks, because that
That's
would
it.
obviously be Alan's favorite
I just
anime.
wear long
Absolutely.
socks.
And me
Of
with
course.
C-3PO socks, because obviously Scott would love C-3PO.
Of
Also,
course,
the
yes.
Evangelion song, I just want to say that when I took a picture of the microphone to say we were about to record something, like, I didn't notice at
Yeah.
first, but we could see your sock in the background.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's okay. It's,
Oh,
it's
no.
funny.
We saw. Now we know that you have
So
feet.
Tyler-
Now we can
Yeah.
make a
Oh,
joke about
no.
Saga
So
being
also,
like
Tyler-
Evangelion.
Oh no,
Or
Pierre's gonna kill
Xenogears?
me.
No, it was Xenogears.
Tyler, I would just want to say that also the Evangelion socks, just congratulations.
There you go, you see it there.
Thanks. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Nope, we're done. We're not doing it.
No, everyone in the podcast say congratulations to Tyler.
No, we have an hour and 40 minutes, and we are going to congratulate Tyler by not making him edit that much congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
But yeah.
God, but it was so great meeting
Yeah.
you guys because
It really was.
Yeah.
I didn't have very many people. No, I didn't have any people growing up that really liked the Xeno games, but
Yeah.
being able to like hang out with you guys and like talk about like which Xeno characters like would how they would react to hot sauce would in person, that was like a great conversation.
We talked about how
Yeah.
like Rico would take it like a champ, and then like Bart would also try to like pull it off, but they were
Yeah,
secretly
like they just
crying.
have a contest.
Yeah.
No, like they just like
Satan-
each bring each other like
Oh,
hotter
yeah.
peppers.
I can
Ramses
do
would
it.
talk shit
Also,
but not
like-
be able to take it.
Mm-hmm.
I also like that one night where what was it? I think it was like Kat, Erin, and we were all singing
Oh,
Smaller
God.
Two Pieces.
God,
I
yeah,
think
Too,
a
I
lot
was
of
right
us
next
were in
to
on
you.
that
Yeah,
actually.
it was almost
Vibing.
everybody.
we were
Yeah.
vibing.
Oh, is
Yeah,
everybody in
that
the
was
room?
like everybody in the room because that was like the night I got there.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know the lyrics to that one as
Oh,
good
actually,
as
I
like,
was doing
the
Cat's
Xenosaga
Wig at the
songs,
time. I heard you guys in the background singing something, but I was like, focus on my wig.
but God,
I
that
know
was
Kat was
that
singing
was
because I do remember thinking, "Oh, Kat has a pretty
Aw.
voice."
Nice.
that was a special moment.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then was that like? And then that was just a really fun night. It was just so much fun. I had a lot of fun spending time with you guys. That's why I had a lot of fun writing your Valentine's cards too.
Yeah.
Although
great.
that I still it's
I actually
adorable.
loved my Valentine's card from you. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
I'm like trying to figure out where to put it. I guess I could put it on my bulletin board with all of my commissioned art.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
Oh, it-
those were so much fun to make. And then I gave them to the meetup, which was so freaking fun. The Valentine's meetup at Katsucon was nuts. I was dressed up as Kazuma Kiryu, and I was giving out Valentines to people down there, and I got so many. Like, I came back to the room, I had like a box filled with like candy, and somebody gave me a bubble
You got
wand.
coffee
It was kinda
crisps.
Yeah, I got coffee crisp. Shout out to the Canadians who did that. Xenofam, if that was any of you, shout out to you. Oh, yeah,
Xenofam,
the
if you
coffee
get to
crisp is
Canada,
awesome.
you need to try coffee crisps. There you go.
Coffee Crisp is legit.
Coffee Crisp, sponsor us.
Like in Canada,
We don't even have a Patreon, and we're like begging for fucking
Canada.
sponsors.
Nestle releases all the shit they won't release to Americans for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird.
We require a certain amount of rat droppings in our chocolate. So.
Aerated rat droppings in the case of like
Aerated
yeah.
rat
There's that one
droppings,
like
yeah.
air bubble filled chocolate that they sell there, but not
Oh,
here.
yeah, the arrow.
Arrow, yeah.
Wait, we have that.
Do
We
we?
have that here. Yeah, we had a Hershey's
Well,
aerated
excuse me.
chocolate.
No, wait, Hershey's.
Sorry.
I said Nestle. It was only Nestle.
Oh yeah,
Nestle
okay.
has a lot of
Well,
stuff they don't
Hershey's
release here,
has
but
one.
they do there. Zeno, am I right?
Hershey's has one. Xeno chocolate.
Yeah, that was that was really cool. And it was I also really loved the keychains that Robin made.
Yes.
Yes.
Those-
Oh my god.
Robin made us
Yes.
all homemade keychains, and they were super cute.
Robin,
Yeah,
what
mine
is your
is sitting
They're
right
so
next to
cute.
me at my desk.
Mine too.
I don't have an Etsy.
Soon, look forward to Nihilism Bots Etsy. Look forward to
Yeah,
Soon,
we should-
TM.
Yeah.
Soon, yeah.
I have to like figure out prices.
but they're
and
amazing. Trust
Figure
me.
out other
Do
things in my life.
it.
No, but they're really, really good. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
they're
Yes,
adorable.
thank you. And
Except for
thank you,
Numa,
Erin.
they were fun to make. Numa can get
Oh.
a new outfit. Next time I draw
And-
Numa wears a party dress.
Numa,
Numa, Numa, yeah.
Numa,
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 yeah.
Numa, yeah.
Oh god, what year is it?
I thought we had a ban on old memes.
Okay, so like,
And-
may I just
and-
bring up that there was an exhibit meme posted in the chat today? So no.
Yeah, you're right. Never mind.
And also, thank you, Erin, for the chibi Cosmos you drew for me.
Yes, and thank you for the chibi
I love-
adorable.
jerk off
Adorable.
too.
Man, I wish you could all see that. It's
Oh,
also an
adorable.
official medium.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, those
I
are
wish I had
absolutely
brought
adorable.
that.
Look for the YouTube.
I
video.
actually met Paul St. Peter today. I wish I could have brought
Oh,
that to
I
sign
didn't
for
think
you.
about that.
Oh, shoot.
It's okay. I'm gonna mail
Yeah.
you eventually what I
Thank
got signed for you.
I would not have been able to
His voice.
be in the same room with him.
God,
Yeah.
the back.
no.
You can. His voice has this presence that you could just feel.
Why do you think?
Even in
Why
the
do you
back
think
of the
I'm
room.
in Cherenkov, huh?
I just.
You could
He,
feel the
oh God.
presence breathing down the back of your neck.
Nick, I swear to God.
Actually, as long as
God.
we're saying nice things to Kat, happy birthday,
Oh,
Kat.
thank you.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Kat.
birthday!
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Happy unbirthday to all of y'all. I love y'all.
Aw, love you too, Kat.
Aw.
Love you 5 ever.
Okay.
I'm 38 years young.
So is there any? So is there any other things that Katsu like either you liked or disliked that you guys want to talk about?
So, like, it was Valentine's Day during Katsu, and I looked out the
Oh,
window,
yeah.
and on the Ferris wheel there was a heart.
Aw,
Yeah, that was really
That
cool.
I didn't even notice
that was cute.
I didn't
Aw,
either.
I
Yeah, I was the
didn't
one who
notice
pointed
that
it out. I was like, I told Nick, I was like, "Yo, there's a heart on
That's
the
And
Ferris
I
wheel."
said, yeah, let's kiss.
That's when that
No, that
happened.
would be later.
Wait a second, I don't recall
How do you
this.
know I didn't say it twice?
I wasn't there.
Yeah,
I went
that's
home
true.
for Valentine's Day.
Aw.
I called up Kat and said, hey, let's kiss.
No.
I guess.
You just kept calling everybody, and you're like, "Can we
We
kiss?"
kiss,
And they
please?
kept getting rejected,
Oh,
and it
man.
was
I
just
just
really
made out
sad.
with the window, okay?
Oh, Nick. Oh, Nick.
But yeah, I don't think we have much other than like we had the Sunday where we were like me and Nick were kind of running to get ready in cosplay, but also running to pack everything and go.
Yeah,
Yeah, you guys were Bart and Margie.
Yeah,
It was
Yep, we were
amazing.
Bart and
Oh
Margie.
yeah.
Yeah, you were
Aw.
adorable.
Thanks.
yeah, it was.
All the
great.
pictures by the water were
Yes.
great.
I
really
lost
nice.
my eye
That's
patch,
nice.
but it's still okay.
Oh.
It's okay. Oh no.
It was just Bart with a fake
Yeah,
eye.
Bart with the fake eye. Just like Thor.
Like, because sometimes you'd have to do that because you don't want the
Sometimes you
wound
gotta
to
fire
kind
the
of
Bart
collapse,
mixels with
so
the
you
fake
put
To
eye.
be
a fake
honest, I
eye.
think Katsume have given me the strength to work on Margie again because I have yet to finish her hat, gloves, and boots cover. But
I believe in you.
Yes.
but I think
Same.
I'm gonna definitely start with the hat because that's been sitting like in pieces for a while. I was not in the mood to work on it much, but now I think I have the energy for it. So I'll probably try to make at least the hat
Yes.
for
Yay.
maybe CostumeCon. I'll see, which is very soon. But
Nice.
Oh, costume.
yeah, CostumeCon.
It was like Katsucon.
CostumeCon.
Again.
That was fast.
Yeah, I have a con mid-March, which is very soon, which is in Montreal. It's basically called CostumeCon, and they're moving con that are pretty much about costumes. So their dealers will be pretty much materials for costumes. So yeah, I'm probably gonna drool all over and like be very tempted to buy a material for cosplays I'm not really making yet.
Yep. And
But
then,
yeah, we'll see.
then there's the life con called Consume Con.
ConsumeCon?
No, I'm just kidding.
But
That's every
But,
day.
yeah, I think we're all planning on like meeting up again at MagFest.
yes,
next
we
year.
would love to go.
I think
back
that's the tentative plan. Yeah, so we want to plan an even bigger meetup, more cosplayers, more people. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
especially
Yeah, I think I'll go as well. Help.
Yeah.
Just
I
make the
feel
trip
like
down
just
a lot
our
more
group
funny.
of Katsu kind of stirred up a bit, like a bunch of cosplayers, like in different places.
Yeah, I've talked to a few on Instagram. There's another Albedo that I know,
Cool.
and she was like, she's really good. Hopefully, maybe I could talk her into coming next year.
Yeah, I think
That would be
there's
wonderful.
quite a
And our
few
Albedos can
of
fight.
even
Yes.
like the Xenoblade crew that was at MagFest this year that I've heard that a lot of them have cosplayed Xenosaga before as well.
Yep.
So yeah,
Hmm.
it's just
Yes.
Yeah, it sounded like they wanted to meet up, so we were like, let's just piggyback on
Yeah.
that too. MagFest sounds great. We can go to the game
Yeah.
room 24 hours.
and I feel like
Yeah.
the Xeno fandom is gonna stay more toward Mag from what I've seen in different posts. So that's why I'm like,
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
think
let's aim
next
for
year,
that next year.
going to Mag would be the best choice probably because I feel like a lot of people will
Yeah.
go back because they all had an amazing time. So we have a higher chance of seeing more
Yeah,
Xeno
we'll
people
start
in.
planning
Not that we didn't have
earlier.
a great time at Katsu.
Oh no, that was amazing.
I thought-
Katsu was amazing.
Yeah.
It was a great time, but also, like, we can't ask, David to drive from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or can we?
David cruelty.
Oh,
we
no.
can, but
I
we
mean-
can't expect
I can
like,
drive
I mean, we
David
need-
from an
Mean.
Oklahoma twice, I guess.
I mean, we need David
Okay.
and Nick to come again. It'd be great.
No, we do.
We
That's
need
why
it.
I'm saying it's cruel and unusual punishment to be like, you have to drive here twice.
Maybe I should just move in with Bot. I don't know.
Yeah, just move into my house. That's
be-
fine.
It's happening.
Yeah, okay. It's
I've
fine.
met enough
You can be in
people
here
from New
somewhere.
York,
I'll
right?
find.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Plan is coming together.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. You can babysit my dad when I don't want to.
Hello, Bot's dad. Did you know that Trump is not making America great again?
Oh yeah,
Let's not
okay,
get
you'll get along great with him.
political.
Like, I'm not even being sarcastic. You'll get
Oh,
along
good.
great with him.
But yeah, aside from that, I don't know if there's anything else we need to mention much. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
the
just do our
convention
normal
was maybe
promotions.
not perfect in terms of organization, especially like from what I've heard with like. Well, we've seen a bit of it, but like how they were trying to keep people who did not have any badge into the village. So they were
Yeah.
trying to make people who did not have a badge go all around the building outside to go like get their badges inside from the other door. And like they kept trying to
Yeah.
check badges, and the hotel key is kind of very floppy in floppy ways.
We're
at-
also
at the
not
entrance.
sponsored by Katsucon, by the way. How
Yeah.
many times do I
But
walk
yeah.
into the building and people will be like, "Hey, where's your badge?" And I'm like, "Hey, you want to see my hotel key?"
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
something I
Yeah.
didn't care
Yeah.
for. I don't understand why they were checking badges at the hotel entrance.
Yeah, this is stupid.
They almost didn't let me in.
I'm not
unless
even sure that's
my
legal.
stuff.
But I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
kind of
that
weird.
was so weird because, like, if you
I mean, if
weren't
the person
part of the
needs to
convention
check out,
and just
check
walking
in
it's-
with the hotel, like they need to pass there. So
I-
that's not a good spot for badge or
Every
Yeah.
time
key check.
that they said that, I was like, "Hey, you want to see my hotel key?" Because I typically didn't have my badge on whenever we were just going out to get something.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, no, that's good." Because I was like halfway pulled my wallet out to show the hotel key, and they were like, "No, you're good, go on." I'm like, "Yeah, that's..."
Oh, really? I had, like, fucking Paul Blart on my ass.
Oh.
It's like, I want to see that key. I want to smell it. I need that key. You got that key? I want to see it. I want to make sure it says that it is for the right hotel.
So anyway, Bot walked through, or Robin walked through, and Virgil was at the door and was like, "Let me sniff that hotel key of yours."
It reeks.
Reeks of Realian shit.
Like, yeah, because I'm with the Xenosaga group. Can I go back in now?
Yes, but I'm not gonna like it.
Okay.
Fucking Realian scum.
All right.
And that was our improv group. If you'd like
And this
to
is why we're going to MAG next year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
we definitely need
which will be
to.
at the exact
I think for me
same
the
hotel.
the most tricky part of MAG is the placement. But I think if I were to like be able to come back within Montreal by Monday evening, I'd be okay. It's just usually my company usually does inventory on the Monday and Tuesday, right? The week right after like New Year.
Oh no!
And I'm kind of like an important person, so I don't know if like I'll be able to get the day off for the transit back, basically. So
No.
but I'll try my best. I'll probably ask like months and months in advance, like as soon as the
Ask
Good.
tomorrow.
Well,
Yeah.
actually I need the new vacation days. They kind of start in May, so like probably right as I ask for the first days, they're just gonna be
Day
like
one.
Mike Fest dates. There you go. So they're gonna accept
Mac
them,
Fest.
and then you're gonna be like, "Oh fuck," and
What
I'll
have
be like,
we
"You
done?"
accepted them, bye."
Should have paid attention, idiot.
But yeah, I think if it's just one day, I think I should be able to negotiate. To be honest, because usually my department doesn't take that long to count, and then I'm mostly helping with the after inventory because there's always mess up everywhere. So because people don't know how to count personal rent, but yeah.
Nice job agreeing to that, morons.
But yeah, I should be okay if I ask way in advance. I think we'll see. I'll keep you guys posted.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess this seemed like a good ending spot. Or is there any last comments?
Should David and I talk at all about our trip back? Where we do you want to, David?
Is there?
Yeah.
What
I
happened?
mean, we didn't.
There is
we
one
didn't
humorous
actually
thing of
stop.
note, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean,
We kind of like slept in a KFC parking
yeah,
lot.
there's that.
Nice.
Nice.
Did
Wow.
Colonel Sandal? I can't even say his
Colonel
name.
Sanders.
Colonel Sanders.
Yes, he came to the parking lot and he said, "Hey, did you play my dating game?" I'm like,
Oh
yes.
shit! I
And
still
we
haven't played that.
Yeah, and we said it's finger licking
I
good.
said it
Yeah,
was
that's
finger
what we
Oh
said.
my god!
Would you let me dream about it now? And he said, yes, that's fine. I'm like, okay, we're going to sleep now. So I slept for 2 hours. I woke up and I was like,
Yeah.
fuck it, well, let's go. And we drove back home. That's all there was to
It
it.
was.
That's all of note. Other than that, we also listened to our esteemed other podcasts that we admire anyway, called Retrograde Amnesia, that you should also
Hey
check
guys,
out.
there's something
Oh,
wrong
there-
with my computer. I have to stop my recording. I will be back though.
All right.
Alright.
Well,
Okie
we're
dokie.
probably
Okay.
going to wrap up soon, so, yeah. You do your thing. Thank you.
Yeah, but shout out to them. They are
Yep.
retrograde amnesia.
Yeah, they're really good.
I hope I'd like to do an episode with them.
Yeah,
One of
sounds like
these
they're
days.
Also,
interesting
thank you,
too.
Catamus.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
could talk about fake nets.
The fake.
Initializing FakeNet.
Initiate fake nets.
Oh,
Initializing fake net because they're randomly
We-
British anyway.
we love you
Uh,
guys.
Shall we just do like the round of promotion talk?
Yeah, let's wrap things up. So we'll just go around if there's any projects or social media you want to share. Just go ahead. Start with Justin.
So, not a whole lot for me to promote. I guess I am working on a Shenmue 3 review, so hopefully I'll have that out really soon. Because I've been playing the game like crazy over these last couple of days trying to finish it. So yeah, I got a lot of thoughts about that game. So yeah, be on the lookout for that when that finally drops. Otherwise, I am working on some other projects, but I'm not quite ready to reveal them in public just yet. So stay tuned.
Nice. Okay. Robin, what you got going on?
Read my fanfic. I wrote go to the archive of our own. Go to what the fuck did I call it? I called it something real stupid, like Xeno Sleepy Time Hugs.
There's a really good
Oh,
one
yeah.
on there that Bot wrote about
Yeah.
HB rating everyone's cuddles.
Yeah, that's the one I was going to tell you to read. You can skip all the others. Just read the one where HB rates everybody's cuddles.
It's
And
hilarious.
throw the other 3
Aw.
chapters into the garbage. That's all I have.
Okay.
I'm just really proud of that, and I'm going to demand everyone fucking read it.
Awesome.
All right. Nick, what do you got going
I have
on?
jack shit going on for the next few months, and I plan to keep it that way. I will probably try my best to go to a talkathon in August in Montreal. Yeah, of course. But as far as what cosplay I plan for that, we'll see.
It's the saga again.
Probably Saga again.
Yes.
I will try to finish my Jin from Xenoblade 2.
Same for
cosplay
me with
that.
Laura.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try.
So other than that, not jack shit other than playing some games. I like saying the words jack shit.
All right.
That's valid.
Which are you still streaming Xenoblade
I am
3?
going to reinitialize FakeNet and stream more Xenosaga 3 pretty soon here anyway. So yeah, I'll be doing
Nice.
that. It's Radio Tanuki with the U in the NUKI part. As far as like Twitch goes,
Nice.
if you guys want to watch that, so that's fine. If not, well, that's fine too. But you know, I'm gonna try and get that up and running a bit better than it was last time. We had some small hiccups, and we'll, hopefully
small
have a
stability issues.
Yeah, there was just a few little parts where it was just like, minor skip, and I was like, I'm not digging this. So, if you enjoy hearing me in any way, which I know you don't, but if you want to bear with me,
stop it.
That's how I met everybody.
If you want to bear with me,
you
can watch that. You can watch that. It will be going very soon.
Nice.
All right, Marie, what do you got going on?
Shit ton of conventions.
I figured.
Marie's like, I lost my mind convention year. I just signed up for everything, and whatever sticks, we'll go with it.
The problem is that it's because this is usually my kind of dead period, but now I just went to Katsucon, and it just happens so that this year we have a bunch of non-local con coming to Montreal, like their type of cons that moves around. So it's just like everything's at the same time. And it's just like, so now I have Katsu that just passed. I'm gonna have Costume Con mid-March. I have CupoCon, which is a Final Fantasy team con, on beginning April. And then I have a smaller one that I think I might go just one day in the end because my dad decided he wanted to move on that weekend. So I was like, well, between my dad and a convention, I mean, I'm gonna go help my dad, obviously. So yeah, I'm probably gonna go just one day, but that one's very small. It's called Geek It. And then my next big one is basically Anime Nord, end of May. June, so far, it's kind of dead, but at the same time, like, I would have wanted to try Yatsukon, but I have nobody to go at and over there, so I'm just like, I think it's pretty much a dead plan right now. And then it's pretty much Otakuthon, and then I'm gonna have a break for a while. Otakuthon's in mid-August, if anyone's interested. It's a really good con. But yeah, that's about it.
That's a lot.
All right.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that is a lot. Good luck.
Yeah.
But most of my big cosplay plans are mostly for Otakuthon, so I'm probably just gonna work on long term more than like rush, but I'm still gonna rush a lot because I always take more than I can chew. But it's okay.
All right. Erin, what you got going on?
Oh gosh. Okay. So Jeremy and I, as I mentioned, I think in the beginning, we accidentally an entire house. So we've been moving in since like mid-January.
Oh, dear.
An
entire house.
Yeah, that's an entire house. Yes.
Your house is really cute too. I really like it.
Oh,
It's
thank
great.
you.
It's great.
Thanks. So we've been spending a lot of time like unpacking and doing home improvement. In fact, Jeremy is like drilling stuff in the background right now. But that's why he didn't get to. He didn't have time to finish his Ziggy cosplay, unfortunately. So I had to go as unaccompanied Yuri. But he wants to finish. He wants to finish it eventually. And so once we get situated, we'll probably end up going to more cons, and actually he'll have his cosplay done then. So hopefully we can do another meetup, and then the gang will all be there.
Definitely we're doing other meetups. I mean,
yes.
I already miss all of you guys. I'm just like,
big fan, big fan.
It's like so hard.
Yeah,
it's like, why
I
are
do
we
too.
so all far apart? Like there's so many people all over the place. Just
I wish we could like teleport, or just like open up a UMN column and just hang out.
Yeah,
with
exactly.
That would be
I
wonderful.
would
It's
send
almost like
myself
the
3
internet.
emails to meet you all again.
Almost like the internet. Yes.
Aw.
So that hopefully we'll finish our cosplays and then meet up again. And in the meantime, this isn't really like Xeno related or fandom related, but our the county where we live is doing like an art studio tour in the spring in May, and so we'll probably be putting out a little introductory video about that, and getting some art ready to show at that thing. So
Nice.
yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, and definitely I want to meet up with you guys again because that was awesome. I had so much fun. I know Jeremy did too.
Great.
So,
Great.
yeah.
Awesome.
Word.
Good, I'm glad you had fun. Glad you had fun too, but I was less sure about Jeremy.
Oh yeah, he did. He's kind of he's very Jeremy, but he did have a good time.
I'm
And
glad.
he really likes
He's
all you
very
guys.
Jeremy.
Yeah, he's Jeremy, but he really liked you guys. And
I also really
Yeah.
enjoyed
Yeah.
We like him too.
Jeremy's insane fashion sense. That was like
Yeah, it was
some of
awesome.
the stuff he wore was like
I
unlike
enjoyed Jeremy
anything I
teaching
saw
me how to open beer
before.
bottles.
He is a Nomura
Kinda
character.
is.
they enjoyed your fashion sense, Jeremy.
Hello.
There he is.
Yay!
Hello, Jeremy.
Okay.
Hi!
Hi.
Hi.
Nice
Hello.
to hear from you again.
Yeah.
We're glad you had a good time
Thank
we
you.
all had a good time because you were there.
to open our beers when we had to open.
Hey, I did my best, but
Hey, did anybody have to pay for that
Thank you.
remote control?
I
No.
don't think they added it to our bill.
Okay, good.
Well, you
Okay.
didn't.
So we need to
So
it.
Jeremy was
Hush.
able
It
to
had-
open a beer with a remote control.
No. But it did no damage to the
It
remote.
was
You'll
great.
be pleased
Yeah,
to know.
he did it without damaging the remote at all.
The remote survived
The second
unscathed.
time, the remote took a few hits.
The remote took 0 hits and it was fine.
Yeah, no, seriously, they're gonna take that out
Remote
of our
took
bill.
it like a champ.
Like a champ.
Gaylord Hotel,
Like a
if you're
boss.
listening,
Oh,
the
yeah.
remote is fine.
0
Fine.
HP.
Gaylord Hotel,
No
if you're
harm
listening,
done.
don't you have better things to do? Also, you're a hotel.
Why is the hotel listening to our
Didn't you see the ears on the side of the
The
hotel?
whole hotel.
Oh my-
No,
my
it
God.
was hard
Like
to see it
earbuds.
past all the cosplayers.
True enough.
Yeah.
There were way too many Deadpools in the
Correct.
There were a lot of Deadpools.
All right. Tara, what do you got going on?
Right now, let's see. I have nothing coming up soon. Convention-wise, I am going to East Coast Comic Con in May. And an event the weekend after that in Georgia for The Walking Dead, which is my other passion that I cosplay from. But other than that, nothing really going on until Comic Con again, New York Comic Con, which is in October.
Sounded like Nier Automata.
You're-
Nier Comic Con.
Near Automata.
Can't wait for the sequel.
But other than that, I have a cosplay Instagram. It's Sonnen Gardens, which is hard to spell because it's a German word. So we could put that, maybe a link up somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can put that in the notes.
Awesome, yeah. And I'm posting a lot of the stuff that we took over the weekend. I'll be posting that over the next few weeks. And I
Awesome.
post my other stuff up
Aw.
there.
Speaking
Awesome.
of Tyler, we don't we have a new website?
Oh, well, I guess by the time... Well, let's
Okay,
get
yeah,
through
sure.
everybody
All
first,
right.
and then we can
Sorry.
discuss that. No, that's okay. David, what you got going on?
Nothing right now, just work. But hopefully, I want to start writing some stuff, but
Oh, cool.
I don't know what yet.
Do it.
So
Approval.
Do it.
I just have to write some stuff
Do
down.
We support you!
Do
We
it,
support you.
Do it. Do
Do
it.
it.
No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure or anything.
Totally do it.
Hmm.
All right. Well, Kat couldn't make it back, but they said that all they've been doing is playing Final Fantasy 14 and drawing, which they are a fantastic artist.
Yes.
Kat was actually recently featured
Definitely.
I'm
on
good with this.
on another Twitch channel. Actually,
Oh, yeah.
The special.
I'll have to see if I can get a link to that.
Can you get us a link to that? Actually,
Yeah, I'll do some sleuthing.
we can
And
put
put
that
it
in
in
the
the
show
notes.
notes. I unfortunately cannot recall off the top of my head the name of the channel, but they are a prominent art channel on the Twitch. On the Twitch.
Very nice.
On the Twitch. Yes.
On the
I am a
Twitch.
young
Twitch.
person. Trust
I
me.
think they're-
You're all very
On the
young.
Twitches.
On the Twitch.
Okay, well, as far as me, I've been just editing episodes of this. Hopefully I'll have the minigame episode up eventually.
Oh, I'll finally be
Um,
introduced.
Yeah, you'll finally... Oh, I'm so sorry.
It just,
Oh,
I need
God.
to say it because Sarah was in there back then, but basically we did the holiday special and released it really ASAP, but like the episode where Robin actually like introduced himself was like the minigame episode, and that's not out yet.
Oh my goodness.
We recorded it back in December, and I'm a terrible person.
No, you're not a terrible person.
If that's your most grievous crime, you're doing good. Because my most grievous crime involves Thomas the Tank Engine.
No.
Oh, please.
One of
Let's
my
not go there.
greatest
Let's
crimes
not here.
involves reading aloud fiction
Cross out.
that is very much like Thomas the
Let's
Tank
not.
Engine.
Well,
I need to hear this story later.
later. We're not
We're not
recording that. We are not
I was
recording
doing
that.
cosplay making when that happened. Yeah, it was something.
But if you tell us on Twitter that you'd like us to have a Patreon, we will record that for you.
Oh,
Oh my
absolutely.
gosh.
Like,
We
I'll
have some
record bad
ideas.
things, no issue.
You heard that, Xeno fam? You know what to do.
Tell us on
Oh,
Twitter that
gosh.
you want us to have a Patreon.
But yeah, as
Give me $5.
So join Patreon's
as
Fiverr.
Nick said, we are. Sorry, but as Nick said, we do have a website. I don't. It's kind of still in the works. I don't know how much we want to spruce it up. But hopefully by the time this episode's up, we will have it launched
If only we were
officially.
sponsored by Squarespace.
But yeah, it is XenoChat.wordpress.com. We should have a list of different. I think we have a list of episodes there and different hosts and guests and other stuff. But yeah, we'll work on that, and hopefully there'll be a good hub for just kind of a history of XenoChat, and also there will be a contact page. So if you don't want to, because we do have an email account, XenoChatPodcast@gmail.com, but I guess communicating through email is not exactly archaic, but probably don't do it too often. But there is a communication part of our website that you'll just be able to contact us there.
If you don't want to contact us through Twitter.
Yes, which our Twitter is Xeno_chat, and the Xeno is with a Z because the X was taken. I probably...
Sorry,
Oh,
I just
sorry.
wanted to mention that I just looked up real fast, and if you don't want to look up the show notes, the show that Catamus was recently featured on that is an art show, it's on Twitch. It is called Twitch, or it's under www.twitch.tv/Tomorrow's Today Show. So if you were looking for her on there, that is the show to look up. It's Tomorrow's Today. And they are an art show, and you will see some of Catamus's on-the-fly art there. It was a pretty great podcast.
Yes.
Ooh,
No
thanks
problem.
for the save
No
there. Alright, so other than that, the future of the podcast,
Rests in your hands.
well, it's, wow,
No pressure.
I guess. But yeah, no. So yeah, the only episode we have in the back burner is, of course, the minigame episode, this episode, and I think the next episodes we're trying to get some more guests. I already mentioned Retrograde Amnesia, but we're also going to reach out and have an episode with Purple Shala and Anime Vivi from Twitter. They did the that Xenosaga.
Well, they did covers of multiple Xeno things, including Gears and Blade.
Yeah, they've done Gears and but they've done some really
They
good
make music,
covers
guys.
of the Xeno games.
And it's
Yeah,
so
so it'll be
amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I met
So, yeah.
Purple Shala at MagFest, and they're super nice. I can't wait to have them on
Yeah.
here.
yes, those two episodes I'm really excited about. I know Pure wants to come back for another episode, so I'm a little excited. Slash nerd.
Oh, no!
no!
So the guy who hates Xeno is going
We're
to
gonna
come
judge
back
him
on the
back.
Xeno podcast.
I'm surprised he wants to come back. Jeez.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
I'm
So,
surprised
that'll
I'm
be
still
exciting.
alive.
Yep.
Yeah, isn't he like 900?
On that same note, fuck
but
off,
yeah,
Subway.
that's not our catchphrase.
Fuck off,
That is
Budweiser?
totally our catchphrase. Or we should just end the podcast there.
All right. Well, Well, thanks for listening, everybody, and thanks for all the guests.
Unless you work for Subway.
Unless you like
No,
Budweiser.
if you work for Subway, I feel sorry for you.
Alright, guys. Let's just close it.
Sorry.
We can argue about Subway
It's okay.
afterwards.
Thank you. But yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks for you guys coming. I enjoyed talking about the convention, and I miss you guys.
Miss you
They're really
too.
bad.
Big
Um,
Sam.
Too.
Huge
So,
Sam.
yeah. Well, have a good night, everybody. Thank you for listening.
Bye.
Yes,
Fuck
goodbye.
off,
It was great
Subway.
being here.
Thank you.
Fuck off, Budweiser.
Goodbye.
Until next time, Xenofam. Take care.
Good night.
Save the game?